So are we live?
I think so.
Well, we're about, yeah, there we go. I just got the alert there.
Are we live now? All right.
We're live. What's going on, everybody?
Awesome, everybody. Welcome to another episode here of Whiskey Thursday, and special guest tonight, returning for the second time, actually probably maybe the third time now, Anthony Mann, real estate marketing extraordinaire. Welcome to the show again. And of course, Matt Kramer joining us from Georgia. Is that where you're?
Virginia.
Yep. And since we started talking, we just started talking 5 minutes ago, and it's like starting to get dark where you're at.
I know, right?
Yes, the sun's setting at high speed.
I do not know what's going to happen out here. I hope the lights are going to turn on, and I'll have a little bit of lighting or something, because my kids are going to go to bed soon, so can't be in the hotel room.
Yeah, you look kind of ghostly.
I might just have to go to the bar.
Well, that's okay.
From the bar?
Could be worse. Yeah, definitely do it from the bar. Whiskey's endless at the bar.
That's
there
right.
You go. Well, I had to get a bunch of these little things, right? Because I was like, I forgot to bring a glass, and I'm not going to drink whiskey out of a plastic cup, right? Not like those like little bathroom cups that they give you. So I was like, all right.
So instead, you're going to drink them from
right
these little plastic things.
Real crackhead status.
Right? So I got like 10 of those.
Perfect.
Right, that'll work.
Well, everybody who's joining, welcome for another, it should be an interesting night tonight. We're going to talk about a whole lot of stuff, and Anthony's with us. For anybody that's in the group that knows Anthony, everybody knows how awesome he is.
There we go. Sorry about that. Sorry.
That was distracting. Hang on, I'm going to bring up mine as well. Are you going to send out some notifications?
I just did. I just sent out the broadcast. So
perfect. Good stuff.
And don't forget, if you guys are watching live, hashtag live in the comments below. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay in the comments below. And let us know where you're watching from. I'm live from Virginia tonight. So
live from Toronto. Woohoo!
I'm live from New York again, just a different place. I moved 2 days ago, and it's like amazing. I haven't moved in about I was just telling Shane and Matt this, but I haven't moved in like 3.5 years, and I moved about 15 minutes away from where I was. No joke, it was the most nightmarish experience ever. I mean, boxes upon boxes, unpacking. The movers, my TV on the wall right here.
Right.
So no cracks on the TV, but when you turn the TV on, it's just completely pixelated. So I got this TV like 16 months ago, 18 months ago, maybe.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a total mess. Total mess.
I've actually still got my 50-inch from when I was 16, I think. Like
I haven't one in my bedroom since college. So we're going on like, I probably got it was like 20, so like 13 years now, 14. Like it's the LCD, like still works perfectly, like the perfect bedroom TV.
Yeah, I've got a
so old,
plasma. My plasma is 15 years old. So I mean, like almost as old as some of the marketers jumping on, right?
I love it.
I had no plasma TVs when I was 18, 20 years old. Like it was still.
That was like the first.
I had a full-time job when I was 12, man.
Yeah.
Like
I was running Facebook ads at 12.
Not Facebook ads. I started when I was about 16 is when I started messing with Facebook ads.
16, eh? Wow. 10 years. 16,
18, I don't know. It was right when, let's see. I had a college.
Came out in 2011 or 2010.
Was it? No. It was before that, because I was still in high school. And I had to use the dual enrollment college ID that I had, because I did dual enrollment in college or in high school. And then I also had work experience. So I had a job and college during high school.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, but I had
Facebook was out in like 03, 04, but advertising, I don't think they started advertising until 2010, 2011.
I think it was a little bit earlier than that, I think. I'd have to look.
Yeah, we'll have to check it out later.
Show us your ads.
Yeah, let me see.
Right, results. Dude, I was running dating ads for affiliates.
Results or it didn't happen, okay?
I was writing dating ads for affiliates. It was crazy.
Well, Matt can't show us anything anymore because he recently lost everything.
Yeah, right.
So just some advice, Anthony, here. If don't ever delete your Google account.
I was not planning on it. It wasn't even really a thought of mine.
2007 is when they actually started running ads.
I was 07. Interesting. Okay. Later than that.
So I remember I was doing it at my dad's business while I was working like phone sales. Like I was also running Facebook ads for affiliates for dating websites. So
interesting.
Did your dad know?
Did you know? Yeah, I had to have something to do between phone calls. It was all inbound, so I was pretty bored sometimes.
Interesting. So you're running the motocross store, handling phone calls and writing ads for dating sites.
Yeah. Yep. Motocross store, heating and heating parts, generator parts, all that. So
interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Cool. Well, it sounds like fun. So who do we got here tonight? We got Jude, who's asking if we're going to talk about assists today. We could.
So yeah, we could talk about assists.
We talk about assists for sure. Let's talk about it.
Anthony's like, yeah, I'll talk about it. I mean,
sure, why not?
I'd love to. Yeah, sure.
Sell it all day long. Yeah, absolutely. Jimmy's here. Steve Johnson says, "What's up?" Aaron is watching live. Amanda's watching live. Esther watching from Germany. Aaron Gonzalez is from Arizona. Denise is here from Arizona. Brad, how are you doing? Hamero from Texas.
Brad's from Michigan? Brad, which part of Michigan? You gotta let me know.
Oh yeah, Brad from Michigan. And Ed from Charlotte. Oh, Joe's here from Washington. Welcome, guys. Glad to have you all here. Really quickly, we've got an announcement from one of our sponsors. Yeah, we got sponsors now. We got really popular. So
we got a sponsor?
No, we don't got a sponsor. Yeah, the REMCM team is our sponsor. But just a really
great if right now you just cut the commercial and there was like an actual sponsorship.
That'd be epic.
That's the next time.
During commercial, I'd be like, Shane, how much are they paying us?
Yeah.
How much do we make on this?
Yeah, it's like it's not very much, like $5 for 30 seconds or something. They don't pay us a whole lot. But just really quickly I wanted to mention this because I know there's been a lot of people that have been reaching out to myself and to Matt in regards to our student real estate beta program. And a lot of people have been asking for payment plans. So we have added PayPal payments now to the order page, and you can leverage the PayPal credits. So if you're a US citizen and you have decent credit, you can go ahead and leverage the PayPal credit system. $166 a month, you can buy our course interest-free. So yeah, which is really cool. I think that's, I can't do it because I'm Canadian, but Matt, we need some sales this month. So why don't you buy our course a couple
I might have to buy it.
Yeah, I have to buy like 15 times this month.
There you go.
That's right. But anyways, for anybody that was asking about payment plans or for PayPal payments, because we've had a lot, PayPal order buttons been added to the order pages. So if you want to check that out.
Now you got me thinking. I'm like, okay, it's 166. So if I buy like 5 of them, that means we're gonna make like 5 G's, and then we take it.
Well, the cool part is
more money than that.
Doesn't PayPal also pay you up front when you use their payment plan?
Yeah,
like they pay you the full amount up front.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's like, could I use that to make more money before it's all due? Use PayPal, like my private credit line.
I'm banned from PayPal. They don't allow me to use PayPal. It's like
oh, really? You figured out the secrets.
Well, no, they didn't like how much money we were running through PayPal. It was crazy. Like we were very steady for a while, and we just had like an explosive month. And they came back. They asked me for all this verification, bank accounts and corporate docs and this and that. Mm-hmm. And literally, not only they banned me from PayPal, they kept money for 6 months, in the account. And then Venmo is a PayPal company. I can't even use Venmo anymore.
Wow. No, I've heard of that. I think Russell Brunson has a whole backstory. I forget what I was watching. Maybe it was 10X something or other. But anyways, he talks about having hundreds of thousands of dollars locked up in PayPal, and then in another vendor, and another for a while there, he had almost $1 million locked up. And
for most people, that's crippling, right? If you have even 10 or $20,000 locked up, that could be you paying your employees your business expense of that month or not.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It can be really
okay. Well, listen, we're going to disable the PayPal account now. Get in while you can.
Anybody who got in, congrats. If you haven't, I'm sorry.
You can. Yeah, I've always been really careful with PayPal. I used to do a lot of stuff on eBay, and I remember when I was getting payments, right away, pull the money out, get into a bank account that was not attached, or get into a bank account that I could then transfer to another bank account so they couldn't pull it out again. I've had my account locked up a couple times.
It's crazy,
especially with PayPal, or when you're doing a lot of eBay stuff. You get scams and things like that, right? Mm-hmm. So
what were you doing? What were you doing with eBay?
I was selling stuff.
So it seems like everybody's had this hustle before they got to the marketing agency thing. I didn't even think about that.
Well, I told you, like I built that online store for motorcycle parts, right? So I was doing a lot with eBay. Actually did really well back in 2004. I think I ranked on like the first page of Google within 24 hours. Like it was just so easy. It was really, really quick. Like good days we were doing, our margins were close to 50, 60%. And we were doing anywhere between 10 to 12, $13,000 a day.
Wow.
Yeah, like when I was alone. Like that's just me building a Novus Commerce website and popping on a bunch of parts. That was it. It was really
with that.
No, it was great. But you always run into problems, right? I ended up running into an issue with the distributor, and they were basically like, "Wow, you're making a lot of money. We're now going to impose this new tax, which is a handling fee, shipping fees, and packaging fees."
And you would think as a distributor, like they're also making a profit already. Like, why do they need more of it? They already priced themselves and so we're comfortable selling it at this. It's like unbelievable. I just want to touch on Ed Bollinger says Cash App also runs through PayPal. So that Cash App is not a PayPal company. Cash App is a Square company. Similar, but different. I'm allowed to use Cash App, which is why I know. But yeah, so you're good on Cash App. So it's my go-to anyway. It's a lot more secure than Venmo anyway. I've been using it for a while, but it's just kind of amazing that, the world uses Venmo and I'm not allowed to.
There you go. There you go.
Well, there you go.
Jimmy says, "Why is Matt so blue?" It's just the lighting where I'm at.
You are very blue. That's a true story.
Especially compared to the rest of us. You're gonna need some lighting or something.
I'm hoping they kick on soon here, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's okay. We don't mind the distraction. It's really
like,
distracting now.
He's like a Smurf right now. It's fine.
Awesome. So we got 30 people here, guys. Actually, 28 just left. Yeah, after Matt started talking. But we got Pat here. Mo's from Toronto. How's it going, Mo? Olivia is here from West Palm Beach. Stephen is here from Miami. And Scott, good to see you. Jean from Pennsylvania. Brad says he's from, is it Eaton Rapids in Howell right now? Is that?
Oh, Howell. That's not far.
Howell?
There's a gun shop I like in Howell.
Oh, yeah. Your favorite place.
One of them, yep.
Yeah. Joshua's here. How's it going? And who else? Marvin is here. How's it going, Marvin? And Joe Sizzle is with us tonight. Good to see everybody. So before we get into talking about some stuff, first of all, guys, if anybody's watching, if you have questions, this is a great time to ask. You've got Anthony Mann here tonight. And although he's pretty active inside of the group, helping people out, this is always a great time to ask him questions about anything real estate Facebook ads related. He's doing a ton of stuff with his clients, some really cool stuff too, especially on the follow-up side of things. And I think we're going to talk a little bit about what you're doing with the follow-ups and promote your service a little bit, since somebody asked about it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, there you go. So, there's a couple of things.
It was a planted question. It was fine.
Yeah. A couple of things I wanted to touch on as well. We've been seeing a lot of questions about targeting and the changes, what's going to be happening here in the next couple of months with Facebook. So I'd like to talk a little bit about that. And then later on in the show, guys, we have an announcement, something really cool that is coming up here. So stick around for that. We're going to be announcing that. And so I think the first thing, Joe says he's from Grand Junction, Colorado. Good stuff. So I one of the first things I want to start talking about, and maybe this can lead into some other things, but I want to talk to you about some of the targeting with Facebook. And part of the reason why I want to talk to you about it, Anthony, is because you've been talking about this as long as I've known you. So every time, every single group, whenever anybody says like, what age group should I target? And everybody chimes in, it's like 35 to 60 or, 25 to whatever. And it's like, no, you want to, exclude these people or only target, whatever. Like, and then you got Anthony chiming in saying, that's illegal. Every single time. So now it's kind of interesting because this is actually happening where Facebook's basically going to shut you down if you don't follow the rules.
And the crazy part is they're going to shut you down without warning, right? And I think where people are actually going to be taken by surprise is that if you have old ads in your ad account, and this happens even now, right? When you're running ads, right? You have an ad approved that runs for a week, 2 weeks, a month, and then it gets disapproved, right? It happens. Doesn't happen often, but it happens. And the reason for that is Facebook's algorithm is constantly reviewing ads and it's going through it and making sure you haven't violated any new policies they have or anything like that. I think where people are going to get really caught up and a lot of things are going to happen are when you have an ad account that you've had for maybe 2, 3, 4 years. And 2, 3, 4 years ago, you ran ads that were illegal. Facebook is now auditing those old ads, seeing that you were breaking the law. And again, without warning, just shutting down entire ad accounts, right? I know that you guys had an issue recently where a bunch of your ad accounts went down and then you had to, it was like a whole process for you guys to get them back. And I think we're going to see this really happening more and more. And they're going to happen in waves, right? All of a sudden it's going to be one day, thousands of accounts are going to come down. People are going to freak out about it. And then they're going to forget about it for a month or two. And then thousands of accounts are going to come down again. And it's, and like Shane said, I mean, I've been harping on this for a long time, staying within the law and making sure that you're not doing anything wrong. And, of course, yes, do we want an edge as marketers? But, these laws are there to protect people. And now that HUD and, the NAACP caught up with, there's like a couple of groups that like sued Facebook. And now that Facebook, it's on their radar. I mean, it's a mess for Zuckerberg right now, right? Like he created this open platform that now people want privacy on. It's like, like you can't have both, right? You can't have an open platform that's private. But with that being said, Facebook should have been policing this a little better from the beginning, especially laws that have been on the books since the 60s and 70s, right? This isn't like a law that was passed last year and they're like, oh, okay, well, we'll change what we're doing and we'll make our algorithms a little better. Like this is stuff that should have been being done anyway. So I think people are going to be very, very shocked in the upcoming months. I mean, zip codes don't go away until I think September or October this year, or maybe it's August. I don't even know. But like, stop. Just if you're using zip codes in your advertising right now, stop. Figure out how to do it now. How to run ads without it, because there's going to be when that happens and people's ad accounts get shut down, you're going to have an advantage, right? If you already know how to run those ads without using zip codes, when those people get shut down, your ad cost is going to go down because there's less competition in the market, right? It's a supply and demand thing with ads. So, stay within the law. It's just kind of simple.
Yeah. And so
are they, I'm sorry, I was to say, are they doing anything about lookalike audiences? Because I mean,
to an extent, right? So they're not changing anything with lookalike audiences in the fact that you're not going to be able to make them.
Right.
However, when they say like lookalike audiences are going to be limited, what they mean is they're no longer going to care about what zip code that person was in, what their credit rating was, where, like certain characteristics within that lookalike audience. I think there's like 2,300 data points in a lookalike audience.
Right.
So like maybe 50 or 100 of those data points are going to go away. To be honest with you, it doesn't fucking matter, right? Someone who's buying a house has very similar characteristics than someone else buying a house, right? Certain credit score, certain credit card spend, certain debit card spend. Facebook has all this data. Facebook knows what you're spending monthly, are you going into debt? Did you lose your job? Facebook knows all this about you. So losing the 50 or 100 data points that we're losing, it doesn't really matter. It honestly, it sounds better when Facebook says, we're going to limit this to, than if they don't say it, right?
Makes sense.
And I mean, so two things. First, so one of the things that you and I had talked about a long time ago was sort of this workaround with the targeting, right? So if you wanted to, build one ad, target specifically on that ad. So, do your age range, zip codes, whatever, and then build another ad. And then just use open targeting and spend $5 or $1 a day on that one. You can't do that anymore.
They're cutting that out. They're not allowing you to use ages anymore or anything. And, again, that was a workaround then to stay within the law,
right? Which
essentially protected you, right? Now Facebook is saying, no, you're just going to do open targeting. Yeah. But here's the other part, right? Facebook knows who you're trying to get in front of. And I've stressed about this, to you, to tons of people, right? If the best person to buy a home or buy a product, whatever it is a 30 to 35-year-old, I will guarantee you that the majority of your ad spend is going to be spent in the 30 to 35-year-old range, right? You don't have to worry about that. Facebook knows what it's doing.
Right. Yeah. And I've always wondered if even though we don't have the option to do the targeting, what Facebook is doing in their algorithm.
It's
and nobody
still
really
an
knows.
algorithm, right?
Yeah.
It's still going to be computerized. It's still using AI.
Yeah.
And it's still going to happen.
Don't think the algorithm's not discriminating.
Correct. Yeah. And that's not illegal, right? That's a computer discriminating, not
Right.
me as a person discriminating, right? There's no law against a computer doing it. There's a
Right.
law against the person doing it.
So just really quickly, for people that are maybe just getting into this, or they're just starting to work with real estate agents and they're watching tonight or watching later, can you just talk a little bit, or give us an overview of what you can no longer, or what you shouldn't be targeting anymore, and then the next couple of months what you won't be able to target, just based on the limited information that's out there.
Yeah. So the three main things that people will target against that are just not available, or not going to be available anymore, is age range. So 18 to 65. When you're 18 years old, you're eligible to get a mortgage. You're actually eligible at 16 with a parental consent, but 18 to 65 is fine. You're not going to be able to discriminate against credit worthiness. So, you could get a loan right now, even if you have a 560 credit score, you're going to pay a fortune in interest, and it's going to be really hard to find a lender to do it. But it's possible if you really want to do it. And then lastly is zip codes, right? So the reason why you're not allowed to do zip codes is so this happened, I want to say it was in like the 50s and 60s. It was called redlining, right?
Yep.
So what happened, a colored family would move into a neighborhood, and an agent would go to that neighborhood and say, do you want them as your neighbors? Of course not. You need to move out now, right? And what happened is property values would tank in the area, and it was called redlining. So they basically, the civil whatever it was, the civil rights that they passed, part of that was you can't discriminate against a zip code, because you can't force people to either move in or move out of a certain area, right? And to me, that makes a ton of sense, right? Like, there's no reason that only white people should be in a certain area and only Indians should be in a certain area. That doesn't make sense to me, right? Everybody's, in my eyes, it doesn't really matter who you are. If you could afford to live in a neighborhood, great, live there, right? So those are the three main things: credit worthiness, zip codes because of redlining, and age. And honestly, if you're running ads right now, be really careful with the ads you're running, because in a couple months, when Facebook re-audits all of your old ads, if you're running ads like this, there's a really good chance you're going to get shut down.
And that's your old ads. Like, now, can you delete those? Or
you can delete them. And here's the thing: if you did run ads like that, go delete them. Don't even leave them in your ad account. Don't turn them off. Don't do any of that. Go delete those ads out of your ad account. Okay. Right? Don't leave them there at all, because if it's in the ad account, you can still, it'll still read that. Like, it's funny. Sometimes I'll get a disapproval on an ad that I ran a year ago.
Yep.
And I'm like, what? Like, I know it doesn't matter.
This is awesome, though. This is great for marketers that have old clients that either, basically stole their ads or didn't pay them or anything. Just let their, like, we were talking about this actually on one of our coaching calls about, should I just leave my clients' old ads up fucking right now to get their ad account?
If you still have access to it, like, it's funny, like, from a marketing
I'm just kidding, by the way.
From a marketing perspective, it's almost like the day before it's going to happen. It's like, hey, big news tomorrow. Call me if you need me, right?
Yeah. $2,000. I'll make sure all your ads are or your ad account is okay. Or
I've actually had a client where I got access to their ad account, and they hadn't run ads in I don't know how many months, but we got disapproved. First we got approved, and then all of a sudden their ad account was shut down. And the only thing we could go back and find was that they had previously violated policies, right? But they were getting shut down as soon as I took over and started running ads again, because that somehow triggered Facebook to look at their account.
Yep.
So it was interesting, right? Because I hadn't done anything, but this guy's just looking at me like, okay, my ad account worked until you took a hold of it. I'm like, right. Yeah, well, it's because of all the stuff you're running before me.
Well, and here's the other part that I think a lot of marketers don't realize is so every ad account also has what's called an ad score. So, like, for instance, like, I'm sure this happens to you guys too, because you guys run a ton of ads, right? When I put an ad up, it's typically approved within the first 15 to 20 minutes, and it's running within the hour, right? And there's plenty of marketers, you see it in groups all the time, right? Like, oh, my ad's been under review for 48 hours, right? Yeah. So, your ad score is constantly changing. So in your case, like, maybe the guy didn't have a great ad score. Now you started running ads, his ad score went drastically up, and they were like, let's review this entire ad account.
Right.
Exactly. So that stuff does happen, and it's and again, it's all computerized, right? There's not someone there like pushing the button and figuring it out. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the coming months, because there's going to be fucking mayhem. Mayhem, and I can't wait.
And for people that are listening, if you've never had an ad account shut down or a client's ad account shut down, it is a nightmare. Let us know if you've ever had an ad account shut down. Drop a comment here.
I'm just going to grab some more wine. I should have brought that over before.
Matt and I just had an entire business manager shut down.
Yep.
3 ad accounts, business pages, everything, all in one shot, all gone. And I think we were down for like specifically for that business manager, like 3-4 days before we, went through the appeals and everything else. Real drag.
Yep, it was pretty lame.
Yeah. You back?
I'm back. Yeah, sorry about that.
Good stuff. So a couple. Let's see if there's questions or comments here. Okay. Well, Olivia here is asking. So if they've got all these restrictions now, why do they have those targeting options if we can get in trouble for using them? And the reason why is because you can use them for other ads.
Right. They're not going to just make a real estate ad portal. That would be not only a nightmare for them, but I don't know if you ever worked with a real estate agent and what they want you to do. Can you imagine if Facebook had to deal with real estate agents running ads? Because honestly, if I was Zuckerberg, I'd just sell my shares.
Yeah.
I'd be out.
And the thing is, this might just, I've been thinking a lot about this targeting stuff, and not necessarily because, I understand that Facebook's getting a lot smarter and putting your ads in front of the right people and things like that. But there are in some cases where you'd want to use a little bit more targeting, or at least be able to test some stuff, right? But there are, creative ways that you could easily target or use different targeting interests that would allow you to get in front of the right people without discriminating.
And Joe just asked a great question. Can you run ads to a long form and filter the bad credit, no income, and the good ones to a different pixel to train pixels to target the better leads?
Nope. So Facebook will actually read your landing page as well. So it's not just your ads.
Now,
so if you open Target and then you, on your landing page, it asks that question and Facebook picks it up, that's just as bad as running the ad for it, right? You're just not allowed to do that.
So what happens though if you're running, let's say, a landing page through ClickFunnels? You have a name and email, they sign up, and then the next step, it just pre-pops name and email and asks.
So doing like a quiz kind of thing. So sure,
like a 2-step, yeah. So they're not going to the crawlers.
There's going to be ways to get around it, right?
Okay.
And you'll figure it out and whatnot. But even getting around it, it's still illegal, which is why Facebook is doing this, right? So like asking someone that question up front is not allowed, right? So I guess the best way to kind of explain it is like if you have a disability and you're moving into a complex, you're moving into a rental unit or whatnot, right? And you tell them, hey, I have a disability. They're not legally allowed to ask you what kind of disability, right?
Right.
Now, if you volunteer telling them, that's fine, but legally they're not allowed to ask you. So in the same way, like asking them, hey, do you have good credit? It doesn't really matter. I'm asking for a list of homes, right? What does my credit matter? Right? I just want to know what's available. So you just got to be like really careful. Always err on the side of caution versus trying to get too tricky with it is the way. And listen, you'll get more leads the less picky you are with anyway. So,
and I guess I mean, the reality is what Joe is asking is going against the rules. You're essentially trying to you're feeding your pixel so that you can discriminate against people that have low credit. I mean,
technically, it sounds like you can do it. It's just not.
You
really,
can't.
Not right or legal.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, you can do it. And are you going to be able to get away with it? Maybe.
Right.
But are you breaking the law? You probably are.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm no lawyer, so.
Right.
True. Now, I actually had just talked to somebody, and because I was telling them about the zip code stuff, and so they went and talked to their real estate attorney, and he said they were able to target specific areas. However, the only thing they were not allowed to do is advertise that they were not working in other areas. Like, for instance, this person was trying to not target a downtown area where it was just, for one, he didn't want to work there because it was not safe. Number two is just the house prices were so low, right? And so the attorney apparently told them you're allowed to advertise areas around that without targeting that area. You just can't specifically say you don't work that area. So I don't know. That might be a state by state thing.
They might want to get a second or a third opinion on that.
Yeah.
And I only say that because, realistically, every lead is referable, right? So even if you get a lead in an area you don't work, send it to somebody who does work that area. Like there's never a good reason not to advertise in an area. And I think that's the real problem, right? And, obviously your copy is going to matter in that, right? Like if you are $1 million producing agent or $1 million, listing agent, right? That's your price range.
Yeah.
And you get a $300,000 listing and you're not going to work it. That's okay. But I guarantee someone in your office or someone that is going to work that area. Like, yeah, was it a phone call that you had to make? But it's still business out there. So I think by being more clear in your targeting and kind of figuring out the right way to use words versus worrying about targeting is going to make the difference in that, right? Like if you have open targeting around that area and you're saying, check out homes $1 million and up, chances are if you're in the $200,000 area, you're not going to click on that ad because you can't afford the $1 million home, right? Now, some people will because they want to see the pictures and the pools and the kitchens, whatever, right? But for the most part, the leads you're going to get are the ones that you want, and you didn't have to take that area out to do it.
Makes sense. Now let's use some more
specifics. Personally,
let's use some more specifics.
No, I like honestly, I think it's crazy because it would be almost like it's almost what? Hi, what's wrong? Daddy's on a live.
Okay, real quick. Let's use some more specifics. What he's referring to was Flint. Okay, and Flint, Michigan is known as like the murder capital of the U.S. Like it has the highest murder per capita.
Also fully lead poisoned.
Yeah, also fully lead poisoned, right? So they didn't want to work Flint for safety and, again, price point. Because with the lead situation, like the housing prices are just completely tanked.
Oh, my God. You can't – you could rent there for pennies.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, if somebody's looking to invest, not a terrible long-term investment.
Well, unless they don't –
it doesn't burn down.
Pipes.
True.
Yeah. They've had how many years to do something over there, and the government said they're stepping in and they're going to fix it and this and that. And how many years ago was that?
Oh my gosh!
Right, like if you think you could, we put up skyscrapers in 2 years. You can't redo pipes in a town. Like we can't get this done, guys.
Yeah. You can't figure out some sort of solution at all.
We could do this. Like we could figure it out. They just won't, and it's sad to think that if that was where you lived, you're in a situation where you physically, if you owned a home there and that was your your nest egg, you are fucked.
Yeah, and I mean, like not getting into the whole aspect of what's going on there, but just sticking to like the location and basically excluding that. That's where the attorney said, as long as you're not saying like I don't work in Flint. Like you don't have to target it if you're targeting areas around it, right, in the county.
Yeah,
you can target the whole county without targeting that city.
Yeah, me personally, I'd probably get a second or a third opinion on that. Here's the other part. Me and my heart, I feel like the type of advertising you're doing, like chances are they're not going to respond to it, right? They're not going to be looking to buy a home. Maybe they'll respond to seller advertising if they want to sell. But it's an economically down area, so I don't feel like people who are living there are going to respond to the type of ads that you'd be running in that area. So I don't know. I really don't know if it would matter, right? Like, would you eat up a little bit of reach? Sure, but you're probably talking about pennies on the overall ad budget, right?
Well, in the issue, we ended up getting a ton of them from that area because we were running the foreclosure ad, right?
Okay.
So we ended up getting a ton of them from that area. And that's why he went to the attorney and was like, hey, do we have to do it this way? Or can we just exclude that area? And
interesting.
So that's where it was kind of interesting. And
I got a solution.
What's that?
Only work in Canada.
It's only a 3-hour drive. I don't know why you wouldn't do it.
Canada. Only work in Canada. Just work with real estate agents in Canada.
There you go.
And so you can exclude and target and
you can do whatever you want up there. The Wild West.
Actually, no, you can't. You're not supposed to. That's done.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, you're not supposed to exclude certain things here, but it's
No, you're not supposed to discriminate at all. But yeah, anyways. Well, there you go. Well, that was a good discussion. Did we figure anything out?
No, we figured absolutely nothing out.
Yes, that's good.
Absolutely nothing.
Good stuff. Awesome. Let me check, see if we get any more questions here. I think we got a question here from Jimmy, all the way up here that we skipped. So Jimmy is asking, if you had to build a simple ad campaign using the activity news press surrounding the iBuyer programs, independently operated national program, to generate buyers and mortgage leads, what targeting approach would you recommend, Anthony?
So if I was going to use an iBuyer program to generate buyer and mortgage leads, the iBuyer program is
Motivated
not
sellers.
designed. Yeah, it's motivated sellers. It's not actually buyers.
Yeah.
So if you can clarify your question a little bit, I'd love to answer it. But
cool trick though. Anybody who does know how to generate motivated sellers, I've seen some killer seller ads where they have an off-market property list and they basically take a Google map or something like that, and they put little dots all over the place where they have motivated seller leads that have come in, and they market this list. And basically, if somebody's interested in buying a house that's not on the market yet, they'll go out and call these motivated sellers.
Well, the cool part, so you could actually go like a step further with those kind of ads, right?
Yep.
Go to like Zillow and and just uncheck everything in the search range for where you are, and just leave FSBO and make me move offers, right? There'll be 20 in pretty much every town, and use that as the, hey, you want an off-market deal because that's not on the MLS,
right?
And now you approach those people and you say, hey, I have a buyer ready to buy your house today. So yeah, definitely a different way to go about it.
Yep, but that's one of the only seller ads I've heard working somewhat well.
Yep. Yeah,
Matt, you need a flashlight.
I know. I'm sitting here like waiting, like when is this light in front? Like there's a big light right in front of me.
I feel like if he moved back like 3 feet, he'd be totally fine.
Yeah, he'd probably be.
Like
Why don't you
there's light
sit on that couch?
Maybe I just turn. Is that what I need to do?
Oh,
that's
there you
much
go.
better.
Yeah.
Much better.
No,
We turn like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that's sitting in the dark there. Oh my God! Welcome back, Matt.
There we go.
Awesome, good stuff. Wait, hey, by the way, what are you drinking tonight for Whiskey Thursday, Anthony? What do you got?
So what I'm drinking is I'm drinking Tears of the People who I have offended.
Okay.
Okay, so it's just wine. If I actually had vodka through a 2-hour show, I would be fucking sleeping on the show. So I figured I'd go with wine so I can actually get through the show. But yeah, I kept it light. Well,
cheers to everybody. Matt, I know you're drinking those tiny little bottles of whiskey.
little Fireball bottles.
Good stuff. Yeah, well, cheers, guys. And
I just got a Fireball shirt the other day. I was like, that would be kind of fun for the show.
That would actually be great.
I saw the one that Josh had on the other night, that I drink and I know things, and I was like, I would totally get that if he did not wear it on the show the other day.
Let's see here. Sam is asking, any way to tweak the foreclosure campaign to cater to luxury home areas, or is it all in educating my client that this is the most profitable solution?
Yeah, pictures.
Yeah.
Same copy, use different pictures.
There you go.
Put high-end homes in, you're going to get high-end clients, right?
Yeah. And
kitchens, right? High-end kitchens.
What'd you say?
High-end kitchens.
High-end kitchens, bro. High-end kitchens.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll talk about this later, but I got to tell you, like, the psychology behind that foreclosure ad and what we were able to change in some of the ads we were using has been unfucking believable.
I love it because, like, you're the first person I've heard of actually changing it and getting good results. So I love hearing that. Like it's evolving.
Massive results where we've cut like costs in like a third or quarter and something, like it's just, I should say 2/3 and like 3/4 in some cases. I mean, and again, we'll talk about this later, but
And those are motivated seller leads.
these are more. We're getting leads. I'll pull up the thing after, but we're getting leads in California at $8 a lead, at $7.50 a lead. There was a day we were running $4 and change a lead. Guy's spending $100 a day. He called me up. He's like, "What the hell is going on?" He's like, "We got 22 leads in 6 hours." I was like, I'm good at what I do.
He's like, "Did you spend my whole budget? Was that it? Am I done?"
Well, he asked. He was like, "Did something happen with the budget?" I was like, "No, we've only spent like $78 today." And he's like, "Okay." He's like, "We got like 22 leads already." I was like, "Awesome."
So and these are motivated sellers. Like,
before anybody freaks out, and like I keep seeing this, like, oh, I get fucking leads for the. I had one guy yesterday. Did you see that on one of the posts? He's like, it was on the course launch post. And he posted, he's like, "Yeah, I can get leads for $2 a lead too," because that's what the picture is. It's like, I don't know, 543 leads for $2 a lead or something. And he posts his results. So I went and looked. He's fucking selling appliances. It's like,
that is not the same, bro.
Yeah, I mean, my cheapest leads that I'm able to consistently get come in under 30 cents. So,
well, I mean, we know that you generate $0 leads. We don't have to talk about it, okay?
Yeah, right. But that's not consistent. Consistency, I can get under 30, but again, it's all about the quality, and that's not always quality.
But so specifically, what you're talking about, Anthony, tonight is taking. You actually took the foreclosure campaign, adapted that to some of the campaigns you're currently running.
Yeah. So I mean,
you're drastically seeing some.
Yeah, I'm sure like people have seen. I ran that campaign for like a week for one of my clients. He got a listing, $650,000, and I did that testimonial for you guys. You guys didn't ask me to. I was just like, I got to put this in the group because it's crazy. But then like a couple, a week or two went by, and I was like, there's definitely psychology behind this, and the copy makes sense and whatnot. But I wonder what else I can do with the campaigns I'm currently running, how I can change them and use some of that same psychology. And honestly, we changed some of the copy, some of the copy that we already had, but we didn't make drastic changes. We actually, for the most part, it was like picture changes, right?
Right.
And when we did that, we noticed like an insane uptick of action on the ads. And, we're looking at 3, 4, 5 relevance scores. And again, these are motivated sellers. So you don't really, think twice about it. Like I'm looking at my guy's ad account right now. Like, let me tell you what his relevance score today, or let's see, there's 2 ads in here. I'm testing. I'm actually testing.
You still have relevance score.
So on the app I do, not on actual video. So yeah, we're at a relevance 9, right? And basically all that, you guys know this, but for people who don't know it, all that basically means is they're serving my ad in front of other ads at a cheaper cost than other ads, right?
Yep.
So when it was 3, 4, 5, it didn't really matter. We were generating $20, $25, $30 leads, but they were, motivated seller leads. So it is what it is. Now when we're generating them at $8 and our reach, like it's like there's an ad I've been running since May 6th. So what is that? 12 days? I don't know what today is. 16th? It's 11 days.
Yep.
It's got 10,987 clicks on it. Like I can't even make that shit up. Like 10,987 clicks.
Wow.
And I'm serious. And I'm serious that it's here. I'll show you what the day it started, May 6th, and we're spending $100 a day on it, right? So
you guys, if you want to start getting way cheap seller leads, you got to heart, smash the buttons.
It's
the buttons.
Absolutely insane. And this is one of like a bunch of client accounts. This guy's in California, which is why it intrigues me so much, because California has been that market for me. I don't know for you guys, but for me, that has been really difficult to get like good, actionable, cheap leads. I'll make you laugh. I ran the foreclosure ad for him as a spoof because he was like, I'm an agent.
That's how you position the foreclosure campaigns.
I literally ran it. He was like, get me some buyer leads. Okay. So we ran this, I think we only ran it for like 7 days. So we were spending maybe $20 a day. So we ran this for like probably 2.5 days. We were getting leads at $1.02. Okay.
This is original foreclosure or motivated seller adaptation? This is adaptation.
This is your ad
mm-hmm.
in the California market that, we had a 10 relevance score on, and it was just insane. I didn't know like what to do with myself. He didn't know what to do. He was like, I don't understand. He's like, this is like literally California market 10 relevance score, right? 95 cent leads. You guys can see that, right?
That's insane.
So it's like nonsense. So like I said, some of the psychology that you guys were using, I kind of pulled out. And the other thing we realized, and we'll talk about this more, but using certain pictures versus others that makes all the difference in the world. Yeah, it really does. So kudos to you guys for figuring that out. And I'm just happy I took it. And I have clients that like are basically like, figure it out, use our money to do it, and then report the results, right? So and you guys know, we did a test with a bunch of guys in the group, and I think everybody got really similar results. So it was exciting to see it all kind of work out.
Yeah, very cool.
Awesome. That is insane. And I mean, like, for people who are out there, like the ability to go get $5 to $8 motivated seller leads, like
stupid,
that puts them within agent range. Like not just for wholesalers and investors, like that puts them in the agent range.
Right? An agent wants a motivated seller, right? That's a $10, $15, $20,000 commission potentially for $8. And the cool part about it is the data behind it shows that about 40% of those people are responding to the ISA. So it's not just like we're generating leads. We're generating leads that want to have a conversation about selling their house.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. It's one thing to just generate a lead. It's a whole other thing to generate the right lead in any market, and seeing it across the board has been very, very cool.
And what were you seeing as far as just running the regular foreclosure campaign in California, as far as the agent, when they started reaching out, were they having good results? Were they having
we were seeing with the ISA about a 32 to 35%, depending on the day.
Connection rate or?
Yeah. So literally response. So engagement rate, meaning passed off to the agent. 32 to 35%. So one out of every three people was literally in there wanting to have a conversation.
And then compare that to, say, your typical Homes List campaign or anything else that you've run in the past. What, they fairly comparable, or?
I would say this is probably slightly higher. We typically ran about 30-ish%, 28, 32, which, it's still kind of high for most marketers. But this was higher, even a couple percentage points over the long term means more deals over the year, right? So I'll take an extra 2 to 5% anytime.
And tell me, were you guys using the scripts that we give you?
Yes.
Okay.
I was really clear about that, in the review I did for you guys, everything. Like that's
nice.
The first question that the ISA that we use asks is literally word for word what you say. And it wouldn't work if it wasn't, because
we're well aware. We actually we're testing with one of the largest lead buyers in the US this past week, and they refused to use a script, and we're like, well, I mean, we'll test it with you, but it's not going to work. And they come back and they're like, oh, it doesn't work. We're like, yeah, duh, because you have to
we could have avoided you spending money to figure that out.
Right? I'm like, you have to use the script.
Yeah. It's and like I said, it's that first question, it qualifies you or unqualifies you. And then you ask your other qualifiers, right? So I think we have like 8 questions that we ask. And like I said, about 32% of people are getting through 8 questions before being passed on to an agent.
So I want to say something about this specific campaign. So for anybody that's watching, anybody that's ever actually bought the Motivated Buyer Masterclass, so the October 3rd Masterclass, way back when, we've sold over 500 copies now of that.
Which that's going away, isn't it, Shane?
Yeah, we're
I thought it was gone already.
No, unfortunately it's still, I just haven't. Matt and I are supposed to, anyways.
It'll only be available through the beta program, or
it'll be only exactly. So, but what I really think is really crazy about this campaign is that the way Matt came up with it. So this is like, because a lot of the stuff that we're seeing out there is stuff that's been just regurgitated over and over again, and Homes Lists, and everybody's doing this kind of stuff. But Matt actually sat down and he's like, okay, you know what? Why don't you tell the story? Like, you were basically doing you sold a training program.
It was my initial personal beta that I had done for real estate agents, right? And I said I was going to show an ad, and I was like, well, like I'm going to do out the whole listing ad, the whole Homes List ad. Like I'm going to do that out in the training as well. I'm like, what's something live that I could run right now that's new, that nobody else is doing, that might work, right? And it was totally a shot in the dark because nobody was running this campaign this way. And so I put it together, and the app, like the first version of the copy, the first version of the pictures, everything just hit 100%, 110%, right?
I love when that happens.
Oh my gosh, man. I was like, okay, I think I had my class was at 8:00 and I turned it on at 7 and I came back in like just before the class started and I left it running. But I mean, I spent like 30 or 40 bucks and was getting leads at like $1.20 a piece. And I was like,
unbelievable.
This is the ad, this is the copy, this is how you do it. Like I taught it the same night I created it. And Joe Silzel is in here. I mean, he was there. Alina is in here. She was there. They're using it. They're seeing the results, right? They're getting results off of this. And it was created literally as a spur of the moment. Like, okay, I want to bring some crazy value because I know I'm going to teach the basics, right? I'm like, what can I teach that nobody else is teaching? And it just worked.
I remember actually talking to you the night that you were running it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about, that campaign. I'm like, I'm never going to run that for my clients. Like, well, whatever, you're going through the script and the questions, and it's like, no, this is how you get them away from, the foreclosures. And this is, you're going to ask these questions. And I remember that never like thinking that I would ever run this type of campaign for any of my clients. And now clients are actually coming back and saying, listen, don't run anything else but that campaign. We don't want a homes list. We don't want listings anymore. Just run that one campaign.
Yeah. I mean, I have clients that I've run multiple campaigns against each other. And I'm like, okay, just tell me which ones are the best. And we have like an identifier, but they don't know what it is. And so they just tell me like, okay, this is the ad we're getting the best results from. And it always turns out to be the foreclosure ad.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. It's crazy because I'm like, well, maybe it's not going to work here. Every time I think that it works.
Yeah. Well, Matt, I think it's time for another one.
I have another one.
I do. Yeah, another seller one that I think.
Another seller one. And I think it's going to be, I think it'll be something. We'll see. We need to start testing that maybe this week.
Good stuff. Jimmy responded to his previous question about the iBuyer stuff, but Jimmy, man, your questions are so long.
Matt, you got to read the original question again now.
Oh my God, Jimmy, I think you're going to have to like message one of us personally or something so we can answer this. Let's see here. Unless Anthony can read these really quickly.
Well, it sounds like he's trying to go.
I'm trying to find the first one.
Yeah. I'll show you the second one. Basically, he's trying to do a seller inquiry or consultation to a listing, to a buyer rent to own mortgage deals, blah, blah, blah. So like he's trying to move people the way through the process really quickly and automate it. And I rarely see anybody run this stuff and take buyers or sellers even through an automation. Right, you got to get on the phone at some point.
Yeah, there's a human element to this that I think I think marketers miss. I think agents miss. There has to be a human element to it, right? Real estate is a relationship business. We can automate a lot of this process, right? We can automate emails. We can automate text messages. We can do ads. We can do all this stuff. But at the end of the day, if an agent doesn't get on the phone, or an agent doesn't text, or an agent doesn't personally email, it's really hard to close that client, right? Which is why we talk about like ISAs, like they do some initial qualification, but then they get sent to the agent for the close, right? And you're not responsible for closing, you're responsible for leads. And I think it's important to realize no matter what kind of leads you're looking for, that you have to have a good agent that can close. Otherwise, no matter what you do, what you provide to them, what you give them, what kind of systems you put in place, they're never going to be successful.
Yeah. Yep. You have and not only that, but the agent actually has to want it, right? They have to want it. They have to be willing to learn all the scripts, learn how to handle objections, like learn how to pivot, learn how to get around little objections that are not really objections, but just like quick ways for people to get off the phone. Like I can't tell you how many times I hear somebody say, hey, yeah, can you call me back later? And they hang up and right there. And then they try and call them back and they don't answer. And you're like, duh.
Yeah, like clearly they're not going to answer right now.
That was not a real objection.
All right.
Matt just totally broke up there. I don't know if that was me or if that was him.
Oh, I just said it was clearly not a real objection.
Oh yeah.
So But agents, they have to want that. They have to want to convert these, right? If there's no drive, what can you do?
I agree. I couldn't agree anymore. And it's the type of business where if you don't have an hungry agent, someone who's willing to work as much as they have to, again, they're not going to be successful. And the reason why agents are creating teams now is because they want to get some of their time back, right? They're willing to sacrifice time for money, but they know that in order to get overall results, they need to spend the time. So they hire their buyer's agent, their listing agent, and this and that, and they become their rainmaker for their team, right? So this is truly why I believe teams are the way of the future, right? The 3 to 5 person team really is the way of the future, because it's the only way to continue to do business. You need people there all the time.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, you have to really scale. I mean, I know there's agents that crush it and they do 100 deals a year, right? I know they exist, but they are very uncommon.
And they're
right?
also working 100 hours a week, right? And that's fine. Like, I work a ton, you guys work a ton, but there's a point where it's like, okay, I got to take a step back from working that much.
Right.
And
I mean, realistically, an agent, they're probably going to work they're probably going to do 36 to 40 deals before they max out. Most of the time, not every agent, but most of the time, it's right around that point.
Even doing a deal a week, right? That's a lot of deals.
It's a ton.
Like 50 deals a year is a lot of deals.
Yeah.
Come on, please.
Well, a solo agent?
What an agent? What are you guys doing? It's not like, aren't all the contracts now? It's just like plug and play template stuff. You just click a button.
Yeah, you're good to go. You just send
and
this.
now they have those lock boxes where the agent doesn't even have to show up at the house anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's still rules that kind of inhibit that. But what can you do?
Plus, you got us marketers generating all your leads. We're building ISA teams, so you don't even have to follow up with them. You got lock boxes. You don't have to show up at a house anymore. And you got templates. You just click buttons on and get your paperwork signed. What the hell else are you doing?
I like Jimmy's idea. Sorry to sidetrack this, but this is an amazing idea. Thanks, guys. Whiskey Thursday needs a PayPal button so we can buy your next drink.
That's an awesome idea.
Right?
Oh my God.
Just like a $2 like PayPal button, like next.
Right?
Absolutely.
There you go.
I like
Great
that.
idea.
Buy the next drink.
I'm gonna buy that guy a drink.
Jimmy. It's Jimmy. I love it. Who wants that? Comment down below. Do we need the button? Yay or nay?
You know what we do a donate button for any Whiskey Thursday, and that goes to some sort of like Alcoholics Anonymous charity.
Maybe 10%. Maybe 10%. But,
so it makes us feel better about it. We can still drink, and we're helping people at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I forgot. I had a great idea there. I'm sure it was $1 million idea, and I forgot it now. Oh, well.
That's too bad. Let's move on. Oh,
goodness. Live from New York, it's Thursday nights.
There you go. Is it Hajard? Hajo? Sorry if I can't pronounce that. But anyways, he's got a good question here. Any other angles you can recommend for listing ads, especially for high ticket? I might be running an ad for a $17 million listing in the next couple of days. Any ideas?
I never throw names out there, but if you want actual real advice, the guy's name is Michael LaFido. He runs one of 2 luxury listing specialist programs out there. His is called Lux. He will help you. It's not going to be cheap, but he will tell you exactly what to do. He doesn't do much on the Facebook side. He's more of a traditional advertiser, and not only that, like especially that kind of listing, it's about staging and positioning and being in the right places at the right time. Yeah. He's the guy for it. He's the only guy I would recommend at this point for listing that expensive, to be totally honest. Okay, I don't know if you guys have different ideas for it, but
I don't. I would personally say don't bother. That's just me. But you know,
it's a very unique type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and I know that this is a marketer that's asking. So I'm guessing. I think so. So my assumption is that it's probably one of his clients that you know, and I can understand that where clients want to, you know, hey, let's use social media here to advertise our $17 million home and see if we can sell it. Right.
Yeah.
Any sort of ideas if you were to use social media or Facebook ads?
Matterport is probably the only
It's like, no.
the only ad that'll work. Yeah. I honestly, those ads, I would think 99.9 out of 100 people not only couldn't afford it, but like if I saw that ad or a $17 million house, I'd be like, I want to fucking walk through that. Like that would be cool, right? I don't think the guy or girl buying a $17 million house is going to find it on Facebook. That's just my personal opinion.
Maybe that's an ad you run with video to only agents, potentially.
Yeah, that might be and you run into, high end and not necessarily even agents in that area, right? Mm-hmm. It's agents in other areas that support those type of clients. Like a $17 million house is probably not their only one.
Yeah. Yep. Agents who have interest in, I don't know, what would their interest be if they're working with clients of that caliber?
Well, what's his name? You guys did a class with him, Ravi?
Yep.
Ravi, yeah.
Right. I mean, he might have some, great ideas about it.
What's I can't pronounce his name, but Hajjad? Maybe it's Hajjad. Hajjad? I can't say it. Sorry. Too much wine. I'm so sorry. Canadian. But anyways, I'm trying. At least I'm trying.
Canadians.
No, but what market is maybe let us know what market this is in. Because if it's, there are some markets, $17 million home is like, maybe it's, luxury, but it's not super luxury. So there might be a lot of buyers, right? I don't know.
What market isn't a 17 million?
Okay, so here's a crazy thing. I was just looking up because I'm doing some ads in Vancouver right. Oh, my camera's gone. Fuck it. Okay.
I think you can buy Detroit for $17 million. I'm not
buy the whole city.
Dude, I was doing some research in Vancouver because I was doing ads in Vancouver and condos and stuff like that. And I just looked up, like, I wanted to advertise condos to affluent neighborhoods because we can do this here in Canada. And so I just looked up like the 10 most affluent neighborhoods in Vancouver. The first one on the list, the average price of a home in the neighborhood is $65 million. The first one that was the first one on the list. And it's just like, 60 million, 40 million.
Is that the only home in the entire neighborhood?
Are you sure it wasn't like
they own the
neighborhood?
Whole neighborhood?
You could buy the neighborhood for
it was insane.
That's what I'm saying. Like they own the whole neighborhood. Like
it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Vancouver's insane. I couldn't believe how expensive the homes were there. But maybe this house is in Vancouver and $17 million is like
you said it's in Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. See what Ty Lopez can do for you.
His name is Mike LaFido. Like I said, it's not going to be cheap, but he will give you real advice on what to do to at least get in the right places. And my guess is it's not going to be social media. It's going to be a lot of other types of marketing.
Yeah.
Like he's going to want you to go to like the Catalina Wine Festival,
There you go.
Oh, Olivia says, send us your Venmo. All right.
I would send you mine, but I can't.
Round of drinks from Olivia here. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Let's see here. Okay, well, no more questions.
Alina says, Anthony, trying to clarify something. Do you run the October 3rd ad for buyers, or somehow you've converted it to a motivated seller ad?
So I do run the foreclosure ad for buyers, but I've taken the psychology behind why that works, and I've converted that into a motivated seller ad. If I remember correctly, Alina did buy the last one, right? The one we did together?
Alina's part of our student program.
Oh, she's part of your student program. Okay. Yep. So you're going to be pleasantly surprised in about 17-ish minutes or so when we make our announcement. But I have taken the psychology behind the foreclosure masterclass and taken that into motivated sellers, and it has been unbelievable.
Cool. Well, listen, we don't have any other questions. So why don't we do this right now? We did have an announcement tonight, and I guess for the 35 people that are still watching, if you want
to see it,
if you want to see it, comment down below.
Yeah, if you want to see it. I don't know if we're planning to do this officially anyways or not. But if you want it,
if you really want it, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
We would really like the engagement.
Yeah, we need the engagement. That's what we need. Like, all right, we'll be honest, you guys. You guys are marketers. You get this, which is exactly why if you're marketers and you're watching this, you need to be commenting consistently, liking, hearting, all that. We have 24 likes and hearts.
Alina just hashtag want to see it.
Hashtag want to see it.
Yeah.
There we go. I like it.
Want to see it.
There it is.
Flex want to see it or announcement. No.
How did I drop the CPL down the window?
Get another question there, Anthony.
So, what's your name? Daria. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. So
it's actually Dasha. Dasha, I think.
Dasha.
Close. I'm pretty close. I just watched one of her testimonials, and
what did she just got? What did she just get? She just got a client or a testimonial video or something like that.
Yeah, another testimonial from a client. So
within a week of pushing out the content. So
yeah, good stuff.
That's
Congratulations.
Awesome. Of course, works.
Okay,
man.
so there's two parts to the reason why I'm able to get dollar-ish leads. One part of that is I'm a very big proponent of open targeting. The other part of that is we leverage every other buyer lead we have against every single one of our clients. I think you guys cover this in the masterclass, right? How to do that.
Lookalike?
Yeah, we're using a lookalike based on all your clients and how to share your audiences and whatnot. But it's as you generate more and more leads, if you utilize them properly, you can actually benefit every single one of your clients by leveraging all of your clients against each other. And you're not actually leveraging them against each other, you're leveraging their data against each other. Yeah. So we'll generate leads on Long Island. We generate leads at $1.50 each. It depends where we are, but you can do it anywhere if you know what to do. So I don't know if he's in the beta class or not, but if you haven't and they teach it in the beta class, definitely it's like $1,000. Just go fucking join it. I don't even get money from that, but just go do it.
You can get it for $167.
Wait, you can get what for $167?
You can get the course for $167 a month.
Oh, that's right. Because you got I see. Okay.
Got the PayPal button there now. Leverage that shit.
We got the button. The button.
So Joe Sigel says hashtag what hit the fuck button, is he?
I think it's smash it. I think that's a reference
to
Zach. It's a reference to Zach. So
oh my god.
Oh, I like this. Oh wait, no, we were just going over that. How to drop the CPL down to $1 with foreclosure campaign. Yep. That's what we were just going over.
Yep.
Let's see.
She does go by Dasha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dasha. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to attempt not to make that mistake again.
Oh, here's a great question from Mo. How many deals are your agents closing on average 3 to 6 months down the line? Oh, look I hear sirens. It makes me feel like I'm at home.
So it really depends on the client. I'm always the first one to say this, right? Our job as marketers is not to close deals, is to generate leads. Mm-hmm. And we do everything we can to send our clients the most qualified leads possible. We put them through an ISA, we qualify them, we follow up with them. We do everything we can. Our clients happen to have an enormous success rate, but it's because they have full faith in everything we tell them to do, right? We have a new idea, we want to do something, they're like, run with it. I can't really give you an exact number across all of our clients, but it's well above the national average. It's probably 2 or 3 times the national average. And our clients don't go anywhere. I mean, over the years, if I've lost 5 or 6 clients, I'd be surprised.
Wow. And Joe says, for an agent, would you run a video ad from a new home buyer client testimonial? Okay, would you run a testimonial video ad as an agent?
Depends how long it is.
Yeah. I think I would probably do that, but I would do that as retargeting, right? If you're running some sort of
I would only do it as retargeting. I wouldn't do it as a cold lead, 100%.
Yeah. And
this is something we actually teach in the program, right? Where it's like, use these types of videos to reach out to your SOI.
Yeah. I have a client right now and he's awesome. He puts out content every single week. He brings out micro content on a weekly basis that it's 15, 20 seconds long, sometimes 30 seconds long, and he cuts it up for us and we drop it. He's he gets it, right? And not everybody does, but from any video perspective, the 10-cent video views at a penny or 2 cents for retargeting is it's stupid. It's stupid numbers. Spend, $3 to $5 a day, and you're getting in front of 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people. We never spend the full $5, right? So it's it's crazy how much people like the video, but they are not going to watch the video unless they know who they're looking at.
Yeah.
Right. They had to have interacted with you at least 1 or 2 times prior.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. But
Aaron
that's
here.
the power of retargeting.
That is the power of retargeting. Retargeting is what it's all about. I mean, it's insane.
So Aaron here is asking, do you always use an ISA?
Well, I shouldn't say we always do. Most of our clients use it, but some of them, some have teams, and you guys in the same situation, right? Like you always recommend the ISA, but some of them just have teams that handle it. So do we always want to make sure that someone's followed up within 1 to 2 minutes? Yeah. If they can't handle that, yeah, they have to get an ISA. If they have a team that can do it, that's fine. But there has to be some sort of checks and balance that makes that happen, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and we do have some clients that don't have ISA, and those clients are actually really good at converting their leads. But if they
weren't, you would put them on an ISA.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. If nothing was happening, then they'd be switched over. But I've always said this too. If you can work with a client that can actually convert their online leads, let them do the conversions. I mean, some of these agents are really, really good. The problem is they run out of time. So we've had I've implemented some strategies where it's like we'll schedule ads with certain clients because they're too busy. So 2 days a week, 3 days a week, we'll just pump in a bunch of leads. And then they'll do all their follow-ups within those 3 days and then book a bunch of appointments. And then we do the same thing again the following month, and we just keep doing that, right? And then we have some other clients that have teams where they want to feed the team leads, and then they do all the training and handle the actual agents. Some of those clients have been around for a very long time. They do really well. But the problem with that is that, or not the problem with that, but the problem is that there's not that many clients like that. And I also think there's a big, we've just gotten really good at also setting expectations with clients. It's like, you want to do online lead generation. Well, this is what you need to do. This is the amount of work and the amount of effort that's going to go into this. This is the expectation. It's how many phone calls you need to make every single day. If you can't do that, then you need to hire an ISA. And if you're not willing to do that, then we can't work with you. Move on to the next one. Who's your nearest competitor?
Right. Where is your nearest competitor?
Yeah. Well, because that's what's going to end up happening is, like if you're not going to do it, somebody else will.
Yep.
Exactly right.
There's enough clients out there. So,
well, I think people are asking for it. It might be time to announce this stuff.
I don't know. We got like at least 8 minutes left before we got to do that.
Is that right?
At least 8 minutes.
9:30? All right, 9:30.
Well, okay, listen, since we're talking about ISA stuff, why don't we talk about Assist and what that's about, and give some people some ideas about what that is. So just a little bit of background here. So people that have been in the group, they've probably seen Anthony chiming in on some of the posts and talking about his ISA stuff. We've talked about it a little bit. You and I've seen some of the results and what you've been doing with that, which I think has been really cool. And marketers and real estate agents are always looking for new solutions and good solutions to convert leads, right? So go nuts.
Yeah, so I'm not going to oversell anything. That's obviously not what this is designed for, but I'll give you the quick 2-minute-ish pitch for it. So Assist is an ISA that we have partnered with. They have been really good to us. I've known them for a long time. We send them a zillion leads a month. And one of the really cool parts about what they do is they allow us. So they have they have their own program that's like a monthly program, and we cut a deal with them. We were sending them a ton of leads, and we cut a deal with them where the clients that we bring on through a social strategy, we basically give them 365 days of follow-up. Now, the difference between our ISA and other ISAs, that I won't mention, or we are a strictly text message based ISA. So they're not making phone calls, they're not sending emails, they're not doing any of that stuff. They're strictly text message based. And they'll follow up with any lead within 90 seconds of them being input into the system, and they'll have a conversation. So this is not an AI-based ISA, anything like that. The original text message that go out, of course, is automated. You know exactly what it's going to say. It has the person's name in it, like, and all that nice stuff. But if they respond, a physical human is sitting behind the screen or behind the phone and is actually responding to that person, right? So if they ask a question unrelated to what's asked in the if they ask a question unrelated to the question the ISA asked, yep, no problem. Then they'll be able to answer it, right? Because it's an actual human there, and it happens all the time, right? Someone will be like, "Oh, well, I was just looking for a list, or I was just looking for this," and it's like, "Oh, okay, no problem. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?" Right? So it's a really great. Then the reason why we basically use this ISA exclusively is in my opinion, nobody loves talking on the phone. Nobody likes it anymore. My phone rings 1,000 times a day. I don't pick up phone calls unless I know who it's from. But if someone sends me a text message, I'll certainly respond to it. So we went this route really specifically because I realized that in order to get me to respond, and most people respond, sending a text message is a much better chance of someone responding to it. So it's a one-time flat fee per lead, 365 days of follow-up. You get all of our scripts for sellers, for buyers, for foreclosure lists, for home buyer lists, for motivated sellers, for mortgage professionals. Pretty much any script that you want related to real estate, we have, and we drop directly into your account. It's really, really simple. It's really easy to use. You're billed on a monthly basis. Basically we ask you to tell us about how many leads you're going to generate per client. There's no per client like monthly fee or anything like that. It's literally just however many leads you send in, you pay a flat rate per lead fee. That's it. There's no monthly fee. There's no nothing. They get followed up with for 365 days. It's kind of a no-brainer when you really break it down, and especially based on their pricing. Our pricing is actually probably about a fifth of what they charge on a monthly basis, if not less. And our contact there is like the first person to tell people, like, listen, you could sign up with us directly, but it's kind of dumb if you do. And it's like hysterical. They'll call me after and be like, yeah, they were questioning like how much it was per lead. And they looked on our site and they were like, well, it was only this much. And he was like, and I told him that it would cost $3,600 for the same amount of leads, and you're only charging $800 for it. And I was like, oh, I appreciate it, but if they really want to pay a monthly fee, that's fine with me.
Yeah, that's great. So let me just clarify that. Are you paying the lead cost? So it's a per lead cost.
It's a flat per lead cost.
So it's a flat per lead. That is good for 365 days.
Right. You got a lead right this second, 365 days from right this second, your lead's getting followed up with.
Okay. So, but how are you billed for that lead? Do you pay for the entire amount up front?
Pay for the full amount up front.
So you pay for the full amount up front.
Correct. You pay the full amount up front. It's a one-time deal. Basically, again, like let's say you're getting 100 leads a month, we'll bill you out for 100 leads a month. Let's say you generate 120 leads that month. That's fine. Next month, we'll just bill you for an extra 20 leads. It's really simple. Right. We're not crazy about it. Like, we get it. We know overages happen and we know underages happen. So let's say you bought 100 and you'll get 80. That's fine. You don't lose the 20 leads. You still have 20 left next month. It doesn't matter if you use them or don't use them. Whatever you pay for, you get. It's that simple.
Okay. And so what about contact rate, response rates, things like that? What are you seeing?
So our contact rates are enormous.
Say 100%.
No. Yeah, they're like 99.8%. No, I'm just kidding. But our contact rate is
our open rate is 99%.
Yeah, our open rate is 115%.
Because you're so fucking annoying. The goddamn notification pops up on my phone. What else am I going to do?
Bot, guys. No, like I would say on average, the clients that are with us, 30 to 35%, engagement. And when we say engagement, that means it's getting passed off to the agent. Probably a little higher on actual contact rate. Probably about 38-40% on contact rate. Once someone responds to you in a text message, you have them, right? Like you have their attention. for a minute or two. And because it's human based, once they respond, immediately the guy's there or the girl's there and they're responding to them and they're having a conversation. The conversation takes 5 minutes. They've gone through 8 questions and that gets passed off to the agent. It's the most simple thing in the world. It doesn't require a phone call, doesn't require an appointment. You get all these qualifying questions. Your agent is going to get literally like on their phone, they have an app. So it'll show you the entire conversation, everything they asked, everything that was answered. So when you have a conversation with them, you already have access to all this information. And it's just, we've seen explosive results with it where, like I said, you know, our clients are 2 to 3 times the national average for closing. So we know it's working. We were able to cut a deal with them to do this and to offer this to other people. And we're excited that we're able to give this to other people, right? We know that we can't service every single marketer, every single agent, every single mortgage professional. We know we can't service them, but the fact that you can take exactly what we're doing and all you need to do is send your leads in is an absolute no-brainer.
Very cool. Joe says here, American average on text is 98% looked at within 5 minutes.
It's actually, it's about 97% within the first 2 minutes, which is even crazier.
So Anthony is getting 99, Joe.
Yeah, I'm actually getting 115. Okay, let's be real. I'm getting more than I'm sending out or reading my text messages.
So let's talk about the handoff because that somebody just asked about this. Yeah, Jimmy just asked, how do you handle the handoff?
Because either way, it's one of 2 ways, right? So it's either they set an appointment for you to come into your office to do their qualification, right? It's a buyer or seller. They set an appointment. They come into your office. They show up.
So the human text robot person that's answering these people.
Yep.
Is setting
your calendar. Correct.
And it goes into your calendar. Okay.
Exactly.
So typical to what like Agentology or another phone-based ISA service would do, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The other part, which is what most people do, is once they've qualified them, they do what's called a handoff, and it's an alert handoff. Again, you have an app on your phone, so the agent will literally get an alert that says, hey, Anthony, you have someone who's looking for a $750,000 property in Huntington, New York. They're looking to buy within the next 3 months, and their budget is up to $1 million, but they don't like to spend $750,000, and they have $250,000 to put down. Right? You have all this information. You get the handoff. They're expecting a call tomorrow at 11 a.m. Right, and done. Now it's up to the agent. Call them at 11 tomorrow.
Right. Okay.
So one of 2 ways: either they set the appointment, or they quote unquote set the time, when's the best time to reach out to you, this and that, and they tell the agent, hey, reach out to them at this. Here's all the information you need to know.
So define qualified for me, because this is one of the areas I have a real problem with some of the other ISA teams out there. Is qualified to them. The one in particular is I sent a text message, they responded, that's qualified.
Qualified means you've answered every question in our script.
Okay.
So in some cases, it's 4 or 5 questions. In some cases, it's 8 to 10 questions. It really depends on which script you're using, right? Foreclosure lead is going to be a certain amount of questions. Motivated seller is going to be a certain amount of questions. Motivated buyer is going to be a certain amount of questions. Mortgage lead for FHA is going to be a certain amount. Conventional is going to be a certain amount. They're all going to be different in the amount of questions you ask, but qualified means they have answered every single question before they've been handed off.
So what's an example of what the agent might be able to walk away with as far as information before they make that phone call?
So they have all of the information. They literally can see the conversation that was had, right? And it's funny, like I can go through some of the old ones where a lead came in and 3 weeks later, because they'll text every, for the first week, it's, they get 4 in the first 2 days, and they get 1 every day for the first 7, and then 1 every 3 days. And then 3 weeks later, they'll be like, oh my God, thank you so much for following up. I've been really busy. What kind of questions can I answer? Right?
So this is all text-based.
It's all text-based.
Okay.
All text-based.
So no phone calls.
Not a single phone call, not a single email, strictly text messaging.
Okay.
Interesting.
And what kind of results were you guys seeing as far as initial contact rates?
Oh my God, he already talked about that.
Did he already say it? Okay, my bad.
Yeah, Matt walks away for 30 seconds.
He didn't even walk away. He was just there ignoring us. Reading messages or waving at people in the background. Who's over there? Who's there?
My whole family.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Like they're outside walking around and you're waving.
Yeah, they were, and I was like, "Hey, how's it going?"
So I'm going to run through a couple questions people are asking here. So Pat said, "What about landline clients? They just simply bounce. They literally don't get charged for them. It literally will say landline on their app, and there's not a charge for that. You get to keep that lead. Texting genius. You can hire someone local. Absolutely, Amanda. Oh, Chris, thank you. Yes, bounces without charge.
You know what? That is something that we get questions about all the time. Can I hire a VA? Can I hire somebody local? Can I hire, like, at the end of the day, if you don't want to be in the call center business, do not hire your own person and try and create your own call center, because that's what it becomes. And you know what? Like, people don't show up for work, especially VAs, right? They don't show up. Sometimes not even because they can show up, but because they cannot physically show up. Like, there's typhoons and like stuff that happen, and they cannot show up to work
because they lost internet for 4 days.
Exactly. And then your client is sitting there going, "What's happening to all my leads? Like, I just wasted."
I keep thinking of your ISA that got carjacked.
Yeah, I had an ISA get carjacked.
I lost internet once in my last apartment. I lost internet. Someone else moved in, and the Verizon came, and they accidentally disconnected my line. Right, and I was without internet for about 40 hours. It was the longest 40 hours of my entire life.
Did you start like making your own butter and stuff? Or
I was literally on my computer. I was tethered through my phone. Things were going slow. I couldn't video call. I didn't know what to do with myself. I don't have like cable. I stream everything. So like I couldn't watch TV, couldn't listen to music. I was like, this is my fucking nightmare that I lost my internet right now.
I don't even own a DVD player anymore. Like, I don't know what I would do.
I have an Amazon Fire like on every TV. That's what I have.
Yeah, same here.
I don't have a cable box.
Running Cody.
I don't put on like I don't put on like Fox 5.
Right? Oh my gosh, man, I don't even know. Like 40 hours without any internet, like my kids would probably
Chris is on here right now. I don't know if Alex is on here too, but like I would call them. I'd be like, all right, I'm 32 hours in. I don't know what's going to happen.
So this is a good question here from Mo. He says, what if somebody doesn't answer all the questions? Are they followed up with till they answer?
Yep.
So the lead is basically, so through the text message service, the lead is basically followed up until they are fully qualified. And at that point, only at that point, are they handed off to the agent.
Correct.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. Awesome.
And again, it's text message based, right? You get someone on Friday night, they just went out for a couple drinks, they came home, they get a text message like, I'm going to respond to this, right? Like, you never know when the person's going to respond. I can't tell you how many conversations happen at 3 o'clock in the morning. I can show you the date on it and you'd crack up.
So they will text at 3 o'clock in the morning.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, no holidays off, no nothing, 24/7.
Very cool. That's awesome. And Mo says if you ever run out of internet, just go to McDonald's.
I went to Starbucks for 2 hours. The internet sucked there. I would rather tether. It was a mess. It was a long time. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it anymore.
All right, well, let's get past that. We've got quite a few questions coming in. I think before we get to that.
Okay, so let's name of the program or name of the service is called Assist.
It's called Assist. Exactly.
What's it cost?
So cost is simple, $8 per lead, 365 days of follow-up. So break that down on a monthly basis, it's about 70 cents per lead per month.
Wait. $8. Okay, because they're going to follow up long term. Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
So $8, how long term?
365 days. So one full year.
So
again, about 70 cents per month per lead is what it works out. It's actually a little less than that. It's about 66, 67 cents, but we'll say 70 cents to make it easy.
Okay. And $8 a lead, like initially up front, like we're comparing to that other stuff that's out there. Like that's a little high. How do we justify that?
So
agents are aware of the different services, right?
Sure. But let's be real about the services, right? So the one that you guys, that's mentioned a lot in the group, Agentology, I have nothing against them, but
I do.
they're okay. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to be nice here.
You don't have to be nice.
All right, fuck them. No, I'm just kidding.
But here's the follow up with leads. Not mine, anyways.
It's 10 touches, right? You get 10 touches for $5. You're out. Right. So for an extra $3, you get 1 full year of follow up. Like it's
a no-brainer.
It's kind of a no-brainer when you really think about it, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
Agentology is probably the cheaper of the other ISAs. There's like, you could do like Hire Ava, and there's a couple other ones out there. Hire Ava is AI, so I guess it's not really comparable, but there's a couple other ones out there, and they have different reasons why they work and don't work. But the deal we were able to cut for 1 full year of follow-up it's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
They really took care of us in the way that, we send a lot of leads to them. So they're really happy about it. And, I'm happy about being able to send them as many leads because they give us this opportunity to not only help our clients, but also now we're able to refer other people to them. So
I'm really curious to know about on this 365, because I mean, if obviously they're going to qualify a bunch of them in the first, so it's structured in a way so that it's obviously beneficial to the client because they get that long-term follow-up, but it's also, they know that they're going to qualify a certain percentage, in the first month, second month, third month, and so on. I'd be really interested to know how many, do you have enough data at this point to be able to say, okay, well, this percentage gets qualified within the first 90 days, but we're also seeing say 10% at 6 months, and then we're seeing another 20 or 30%.
So I definitely have the data. I would have to look at it. I don't have it off the top of my head.
Yeah, because that'd be really interesting to know, and that I think that would be really helpful for somebody that's trying to position this with a client to say, listen, look at this data. Like 25% of leads aren't getting qualified until 9 months after they filled out a form on Facebook.
What I do know is the revival campaigns, which I think means it's past 30 days. I got to check what the actual numbers are, but I think the revival campaigns are 30 days plus. Those convert at about 23%.
Right.
So lower than obviously the 30 or 35%, but still a really massive number, right? I'll check the data on it for you guys when we get off later. I'll show you what we got going on. But
cool. Okay, so really quickly, because we are getting late, Matt's computer's about to die. He's gonna be disappearing soon.
I'll switch to my phone if it dies, so we'll be good.
So if anybody wants to learn a little bit more about the Assist service, how do they find out a little bit more about it? Do they just reach out to you directly? Do they post inside the group? What do they do?
So here's what I'm going to do, guys. I guess part of the announcement that we're going to make shortly, but one of the things I'm going to offer as an add-on to the announcement we're making is we have this deal with them, and they're very good to us, and so they've actually authorized me to give you basically a buy one get one. So for the first 50 leads that you buy, they're only going to charge for 25 leads. So they want you to get involved. They want you to see how it works, see the data behind it. So
that's $4 a lead for the initial follow-up.
Correct. And that's a one-time deal. That's going to go away in 2 weeks. And, we're basically giving people time from now till, the next 2 weeks. So basically June 1st, it's over. And they're allowing me to basically get people involved for the long term to see how it works. So that's and we'll have this set up and we'll put the website and if you guys obviously sign up for what we're going to talk about, and I'm sure that Shane and Matt will also do a broadcast and do an email with the website, but it's going to be remcm.asocialstrategy.com/ISA. So it's not up yet, so don't go there now. It won't work, I promise.
Message that to me and I'll put it in the comments. So
yep, you got it.
Sounds good. So, but if people do have clients and they want to, or they're a real estate agent, and they want to check this out or want to sign up with you, sending you a quick DM or even posting inside of the group and tagging you, that will
totally
probably work as well.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Good stuff. Well, listen, it's 9:43 p.m. And let's talk about this announcement that we've got, because I'm pretty excited about this. And I mentioned this earlier today as well. So back in December, Anthony was nice enough to hop into our group and do our Motivated Seller Masterclass. So this was a 1-hour training session with Anthony. And then 1-hour Q&A, tons of value that was in that. In fact, you went even beyond that and offered one-on-one coaching, which was insane. So I know that Torrance, for instance, was one of the guys that was running into problems after that class. He implemented some of the strategies. You got on a call with him. I think there were a couple people like that. So you actually offered as a bonus some one-on-one training. There were a ton of other bonuses that we had included inside of that masterclass. Now, since then, so that was back in December, we're now May. Since then, you have gone ahead and bought the foreclosure campaign, and you have now implemented or taken some of the concepts from the foreclosure campaign, implemented that into the Motivated Seller campaign, which is really cool. And tell us about what happened.
Yeah, so it got really crazy. So I want to say it was like a month and a half ago or so. I was just kind of like, tinkering, and I was able to take everything I taught that day, and I took that and I took some of these strategies from the foreclosure class, and I adapted it, and our lead cost went down in some cases 80-90%, and in most cases 60 to 70%. So a $30 lead being generated at $10, right?
That's awesome.
And here's the thing, like, it was really cool to see it happen for my clients, but to me that doesn't prove it, right? Like, I need some real data. So I reached out to Shane, I told him what I was doing, and he pulled a couple guys in from, I guess I was a Premier Beta program.
Yep, from the student program, yeah.
Yep. And he was like, listen, he's like, let's see if this works. And I was like, yeah, let's see if we can get some real data. And it worked across the board. I mean, we had Peter in Philly generating motivated seller leads at $4 and change.
He had a couple weeks, I think, actually, where they were under $250 a lead.
It was like unbelievable what was going on. And so it's really cool to be able to kind of take our two concepts and bring them together. Mm-hmm. And I know I was really adamant about, listen, Shane, we're going to do this class. And Matt, I know I met you later on, but I was like, we're going to do this class one time because this is a class that I don't want to teach. I don't want 1,000 people doing. I don't want 500 people doing, because it sets you apart from being a real estate marketer to actually knowing what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, listen, we're gonna do it one time. We're gonna get 100 people on, and that's it. But after seeing the results that we did here, I guess it was like a couple weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. And I was like, Shane, listen, I want to do an update to this, but I don't want anybody who previously bought it to have to pay for it.
Ooh.
I don't want their.
What a nice guy! What a nice guy!
Well, listen, I want to.
No wonder you guys didn't consult with me. Apparently, I'm too ruthless.
Here's the thing: like, you guys bought it already, and your beta students, they're keeping you guys going, and I want to provide more value, right? Like, I try and give as much value as I can, and for me, it didn't feel right to charge those people. If I'm making an update to something, I didn't want to charge those people again. So I thought to myself, okay, how can we get more people involved? And I was like, what we're going to do? We're going to reopen the masterclass, but we're only going to do it for a week. We're going to do it for 1 week, and that's going to be it, right? There's not going to be, if there's another update, it's not going to get opened again. Maybe the students and whatnot will get the update again, but nobody's ever going to be able to buy this class again. It's going to be that simple. So
yeah, I don't see us coming up with another update for this. Personally,
yeah, because I think this one's actually really good. What's really cool about this too, Anthony, is that we are bordering on being able to use this for real estate agents as well, right?
Yeah, right there, right? Yeah. For $8 a listing lead.
In some cases, $4 or $5. Like for
Correct.
Peter, like generating $4 or $5 leads, like you can easily sell this to a real estate agent for
$500 a lead.
Yeah,
yeah,
500.
No, 100%.
And that's nothing.
Okay, so guys, everybody that's listening, here is the deal. Anthony has agreed to go ahead and allow us to open up the Motivated Seller Masterclass, which is really, really cool. It is opening up right now. A post is going to go up inside of the group. Just comment on that post if you want more information. People that have bought the original masterclass, so the Motivated Seller Masterclass, people that have bought that masterclass, or if you are in the student program, you get the updates for free. So you can listen in on the masterclass. Masterclass is going to be 1 p.m. May 23rd at 1 p.m. Sorry. And that's going to be a live training. This is Anthony's coming on. He's going to show you the updates to it. We're going to touch on a few other things as well. Do a Q&A. So if you've run the Motivated Seller Masterclass, you can come on this call, ask some questions. Typically, all three of us are there, and definitely Anthony's going to be there, and he'll be teaching how to run the update, showing you some results and things like that. So if you've bought the masterclass, you get this update for free. It's insane.
How many people here have bought the masterclass, put it down, or are in the student beta, have access to it? Comment down below, like, I'm already in, or just comment, I'm in. If you already have access to this, and it's provided a tremendous amount of value. I want to see how many people have actually already bought in or are already part of the program where we offer it. You know, and
it's like awkward pause.
I know, Shane, not to like steal your thunder here, but like, here's the thing. As an agent, like, I've been licensed for almost 7 years now, or over 7, I forget. Anyways, like, I have dealt with so many seller leads, so many different types of seller leads.
I'll be right back, guys.
And they're annoying, honestly, because you get all these people, they're interested, like, what is my home worth? Like, I'm curious to see what I could sell my home for, but they really don't have any interest in you know, selling their house. So you're picking up the phone, you're talking to these people, you're qualifying them, you're going through all of this, like, questioning that you need to do because you're trying to make this work. And as an agent, like, there's just nothing you can do with someone who doesn't want to sell their house. But with a motivated seller ad, it's so different. Like, the first time I started actually answering motivated seller calls, right, or motivated seller leads, it was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Because you know what? Here's the script, right? I understand you're interested in selling your house. When's the best time for me to come over? Like, that's it. That's it. They're interested in selling their home. You just got to get in front of them. And like, that script was so easy. And I set so many appointments with people that were actually seriously interested in selling their home. And I listed multiple of those homes, right? Because they're seriously interested. It's not the seller evaluation, you know, the home evaluation leads. It's not these leads where people are like, yeah, I'm just curious, you know, what is it that you do that's different from other agents? And, you know, we're thinking about selling our house the next year or two. Like, these are people that are like, I want to get out of my house now.
Not even want to get out. Like, some of them have to get out.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they need to get out right now. And the way we structure the ad is like, here are the options why you should respond to this ad. And if you meet one of these, submit your info. And like I showed you guys before, we have, you know, 10,000 and change clicks in 11 days. It's 1,000 clicks a day.
That's insane.
It's not like a small amount of clicks. Like, and we didn't get, you know, thousands of leads. We got, I think, 120 or 130 leads. But that's 130 leads of people who read that and said, oh, yeah, this exactly meets my criteria.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah. I mean, you're converting those at over 10%. It's insane. Right. And then you get them on the phone.
Our guy's converting them higher than 10% because he's an investor. So he just, he gets involved, right?
Oh, no. I'm saying you convert the clicks to a lead.
Oh, yeah.
10%. That's insane. Right. But then you get them on the phone and you're converting them, you know, 50, 60, 70% sometimes of these people. Like, just, you know, you inquired about selling your home. When's the best time for us to come out and take a look? That's the script. And it works. It works. Like I said,
ours is slightly different, but just in case you sign up for Assist, you get that script too.
You'll get Anthony's full script. Yeah. See, our script was very basic, and we had a very high success rate.
Ours, we just say we received your lead that you're interested, or you received your information because you're interested in solutions on selling your home.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Very simple, very easy. And then they said, oh yeah, I need to sell.
Yeah. And this works great for agents who are working with investors or agents who know how to wholesale. Like amazing. Like, I mean, when I saw the results, I'm like, oh gosh, I might have to start wholesaling. Like, I don't really want to, but at the same time, like, can I turn that down? Like, that's
You spend $1,000 a month at, even if it's $10 a lead, right?
Yeah.
100 leads in, God forbid you get, 10 people that actually want to sell their home right this second.
You'll make somewhere between, like, depending on your conversion rate, somewhere between like 25,000 and like 150,000 if you did that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's insane.
Absolutely. You will clean up. Oh, I love people just, I'm in. Guys, it's the wrong post.
No, they're in because they were in because they were actually part of the program previously.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah. I mean, what do we have a hashtag for people that are interested in actually joining the program that are not
So
currently
Shane, I think is posting the link, or he just posted the link in the group. So
I just posted the post in the group, so you have to comment on that post if you're interested in receiving the updated masterclass. So basically, here's the deal. You get the update to the masterclass. So you're going to join us on a live call with myself, Matt, and Anthony on May 23rd. Anthony's going to go through that update. So you're going to get the ad copy, you're going to get the strategy behind it, the targeting, all of that stuff. And then Q&A as well. So if you have any questions, if you've run the masterclass in the past, you can come on and ask more questions, and Anthony will answer those. On top of it, you get the original masterclass, so that, and what we hope that you can do is that you can run through the original masterclass. So you get instant access to that. So if you didn't get the original one and you sign up in the next couple of days here, you'll get the original recording, and then you'll be able to join us on a live call. And then
you'll be fully
get the
caught up
updates
by that point.
Exactly. So now here's the kicker to all of this. You got 48 hours. So like, we're doing this within the next week or so. We've put together a special price for the next 48 hours. Price goes up. If you know us from previous masterclasses, we want to get people in as quick as possible. So if you have not taken the previous masterclass and you want to get the Motivated Seller Masterclass, including the updates, this is the time to do it. We shut it down the last time. In fact, we sold out. We sold 100. We actually oversold. We sold 104 copies, or 104 registrations of the last masterclass.
Yep.
So we expect, probably something fairly close for this one. It's been 4 months now since we've done this one, and but you get the updates and you get the new one. So if you want access to, if you want to go ahead and sign up and register for this class, this is the time to do it. You got 48 hours to do this before the price goes up again. Just go.
What is it? What is it tonight, Shane? What is the price?
$97.
90. Holy cow.
Yep.
$97. You get the updates.
Anthony,
what are you?
And I promise you guys this. This is not coming out again. Like this is it. We got about if we get another 100 people, this is going to be it. Like, this is not coming out again.
And here's my chat earlier with Anthony. This is my chat earlier. I'm not going to show it. But my chat earlier with Anthony was basically, what do we price this at? Anthony's like 147, raise it to 197 in the next 24 hours. And I'm like, well, let me give people a chance here. Like, let's do it for $97 and then see what happens. We'll raise it after 40.
You won't find
and
another.
My response was, fine, I'll defer to you. But this is it.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, if you want to get in on this is the time to do it. For people that are part of it, which is really awesome. So if you bought the original masterclass, Anthony was nice enough to say, listen, I'm going to go ahead and include the update. I think that, Anthony, you just like helping people. I think that's part of it.
Really, actually, don't get me wrong. I like making money in the process, but you guys bought something from us. They're part of your programs. I want to give that. I want to give people real value. Because, listen, I've been through a lot in my advertising career, and to be able to help people, I know I can't service every single person, right?
Right.
I actually, to be totally honest, I don't ever want more than 50 clients in my life. I really don't. 50 clients, done.
Anthony, I mean, what are you selling investment services for when people are looking for these kind of leads? What are you selling that for? Because I don't think people get that. I really think people are looking at this like, okay, it's a seller campaign. There's seller campaigns out there like, at the end of the day, like this is not just a regular seller campaign.
We're not a cheap agency by any means. Like if I have 50 clients at any given time, doing about 1.5 million a year. So we're not a cheap agency by any means, but being able to teach while having clients trust us is what gets me going, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's hard to say what I charge per client, but if I were to sell a per lead deal, if I was generating this lead, let's say I was generating a lead right now in Texas, and it was going to be a $5 lead.
Yep.
I wouldn't sell that for less than $100.
Well, and here's the thing. These type of leads, like you don't have to say how much you charge, but I know people charging literally $100,000 a month for this service, generating a few hundred leads, right? Because they know what their clients are going to make when they convert them. And the clients are happy to do it, right?
Right. They're happy. They're like, yeah, that sounds good.
It's insane. It's like this. If I'm a marketer, I'm going this route personally instead of real estate agents, right? Like you're going to be able to retain them longer, provide them even more value, and they're going to make more money and be able to pay you more money, right? All right, guys, I got to switch to my phone, so I'll be back in like 2 minutes here.
See you soon.
See you soon.
But no, I don't disagree with that. I mean, if I was selling on a per lead basis, it would be a high number because I know what the leads are converting at, right? I'm not like worried about, oh, well, these aren't qualified. This is like our leads are they're gonna work and they're gonna get qualified, and then that's what the agent gets, right? So it would be, they'd be, if I was selling $4 or $5 leads, a minimum $100 per lead, and that I wouldn't care if you ever contacted them. I'd be like, well, they got qualified, so you're fine.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter to me at all.
Yeah, and I've known, like Matt was saying, I've known some marketers that have charged a lot of money. One marketer that I was doing a lot of work with, like he had multiple investor clients with, 30, 40, $50,000 a month budgets, national clients, right? So yeah, those guys are spending a lot of money. And I think part of the challenge was when the categories got removed from Facebook.
Everybody like freaked out because they weren't just using Facebook for what it was. They were being over detailed, over targeting, like
exactly.
It hurts to watch.
But it hurt them a lot, right? When they were doing a lot of the investor stuff. But this is cool. Like I'm really excited to see what this ad is going to do, what this updated campaign is going to do. I think, just from the small test group that we had, how many people did we actually have inside of that test group?
I want to say we had 6 people. It might have been 5 people.
Yeah. So, but definitely, Peter stood out because
Peter was getting the most unbelievable. Yeah. I was just, and actually, it was funny. Like some of the things he even told us, I was like, oh, let's try that too.
Yeah.
And that even worked better.
Yeah.
And to watch that happen across the country, it was unbelievable.
So this is actually a really good question from Mo here. So Mo's asking, what are the lead costs like in Canada? Basically, what I'm asking is, does this work in Canada? So I've seen the ad copy. I've seen the update to this. I think this would absolutely work in Canada. I do not see why this specific copy would not work here. You just need to find the right client that can actually work with these types of leads.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think it will literally work across the board.
I think it actually work anywhere. Like you could run this Australia, in the UK, like especially these countries where there's no buyer agents, and this might be a campaign that you could probably run there, or maybe at the very minimum tweak it a little tiny bit to make it more so that any real estate agent could work with that.
Yeah, I mean, the UK doesn't have real estate agents the way we do here. They don't
have buyer agents.
Yeah, but even the selling agents are attorneys. It's a weird fucking place. I have a client in a totally different industry that she's in the UK, and she was asking me about real estate there, and I was like, you got to put me in touch with somebody who understands like what they're talking about, and she put me in touch with her attorney, and the guy was like, yeah, like if you're not an attorney, you can't sell real estate here. I'm like, well, what if someone approached me and was like, oh, I want to buy this house. Can you help me? And then he was like, no, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
And when he said it, it sounded a lot nicer when he said it. He's like, oh, no, you can't do that here. You know, it sounded much better.
It sounded much nice. Yeah, you
But,
get the Long Island accent. It sounds like a little bit like in your face. You're like,
yeah,
no.
but basically he was like, go fuck yourself. You can't do that here.
Right. In Long Island translation.
Right. In my translation, he basically was like, piss off.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Shane, are you posting the link in the comments?
Yeah, we can absolutely post the link in the
Let's
comments.
post the link in the comments
Yeah.
and pin it. I can't do it anymore because, like I said, I'm not on my laptop. But
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I
How do I do that? I don't even know how to pin a comment. Hang on.
you just make the comment and then look below as I've been running this. You'll be able to pin it.
Do what?
Post the comment, and then once you do, look at the
I'm gonna
comment.
reply to Amanda for you guys. So yes, Amanda, that would include that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about her initial comment. She said, "Does the extra N on your name make you feel like more of a man? And have you ever considered changing your middle name to the?"
My handle on Instagram is theman85. You should follow me.
There you go. That's where you connect with Anthony on Instagram.
Yeah, there it is.
You know, that's an interesting tip. Like, if you go to different people's Instagrams, like they might be big, or not Instagrams, but social media handles in different, like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You go to different ones. Like, you might find somebody who's big in one area but not in another, and you can actually get in contact with them pretty easily.
You know what?
just
It's
side
really
tip.
funny. For the first time ever, I got a client on Instagram this month. Someone reached out to me on Instagram. He saw me on Facebook. Someone
Right.
referred him to me on Facebook. He went, he checked out my Instagram, reached out to me on Instagram, set up a call with him, talked to him. I was like, let me ask you a question. I was like, why did you reach out to me on Instagram? Why don't you just, message me on Facebook? He's like, my girlfriend runs this hotel and she gets us free rooms all the time by messaging managers at hotels and like tells them, we're these people, whatever. And I wanted to see if it would work. I was like, well, you got my attention. Can you afford it? And I mean, contract's out. I'll put it like that. It's very interesting.
Did we lose Matt?
I don't know. I think we did. Matt's phone died now. Jesus Christ. Matt's out.
Matt says it's just the two of us. I'm trying to pin this comment here. Hang on a second.
There should be a pin on it, like literally a pin. Just click it.
On my comment?
Yeah,
I didn't post the link yet. I just want to make sure.
So once you post the link, there's going to be like 3 dots next to it, and it'll allow you to pin it.
Okay. Hang on. Motivated Seller Masterclass. You can sign up here. All right. I hope that's the right link, guys. There you go.
What do we do? This is 48 hours. So Saturday night at 10 p.m. This is no longer
done.
147 or 97, whatever we did.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
And
oh, look, Matt's here twice.
Sorry, guys. Am I here twice? Oh, goodness.
are you?
I don't know. If you can see both of me,
Shane,
then
you're running it. So if you click him and then just remove the frozen Matt.
don't remove this one. Don't remove this one. Oh my gosh.
What do we need to do here? Hang on a sec. Click on this. Stop video. Stop video. Is that what I need to do?
No. Just say like remove.
Pin video. No. Make host.
There you
Remove.
go.
Remove.
Definitely don't do that. There it is.
Remove.
There he is. There
Oh
it is.
yeah, that thankfully.
Look at that. Now we're back to 3 people.
There
we
we
don't have those 2 assholes here.
So I definitely cannot pin the
Comment?
the comment. I don't know how to do that.
You know what? Amanda could probably do it. She's an admin, right?
Yeah, but there's
She
no
could
like
probably-
pin button. How do I?
So
There's
you like
there's
look
a
at the
pin.
comment and it says like reply, and then pin comment.
I have like, reply, remove, preview.
Okay. Yeah, well, yours is not working right.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty
too
sure
bad,
Amanda could do it.
Fair
She's
enough,
got
you
it.
guys. That is the link. You need to go there. I'm telling you, if you are involved in real estate at all in the marketing agency world or digital marketing world, or if you're an agent, like this is just a complete no-brainer. $97.
For agents, this is crazy that literally agents can take the class we're doing and actually be wildly successful from it. My dad's a listing agent, and you could be wildly successful from this campaign.
Yeah, I mean, there's a very good chance I may block Shane and start selling this motivated seller course for $9.97.
It's fine, as long as you license for me. It's fine.
There you go. As long as they license. No, I'm serious. Like this motivated seller course, I don't care if it's 2 hours, 3 hours, 2 minutes, or 5. Like this is worth $9.97 in itself, and you would be crazy to miss out on this right now. I mean, again, like when I was running like seller ads as an agent, you know, I'm talking to these home evaluation ads, and like almost everything as an agent or even as a marketer that you know how to run for sellers is a home evaluation of some sort, right? You're looking to get the address, you're trying to find out what their home is worth, then you're calling them to see if they're interested in selling. But most of the time they're not. They're just like, yeah, 3 homes sold in my neighborhood this week. I'd like to see what my home is worth right now.
Right.
And it has gone up, but they have no interest in selling. And you're going to sit there and you're going to try and follow up with them over and over. And honestly, the average term for a home evaluation ad is over 4 years, last I looked, before they actually convert. It is insane. And this is what Bold Leads is selling. This is what Listings to Leads. They have a home evaluation system. Like multiple different systems out there are teaching you how to run home eval ads. And at the end of the day, they are worthless. Like
I'll make you laugh about Bold Leads.
Yeah,
I know their ISA really well.
You have to message me and let me know who it is.
So you know, it's funny that different marketers can generate different leads.
Yep.
And there's response rates of about 10-11%. So
well, and they charge. Last I knew, they charge like $1,500 a month, and their lead cost is around $16 to $20.
Know what their pricing is, but that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. So the lead cost was around $16 to $20 last time I talked to somebody using them in their home evaluation leads. Like they statistically don't convert on average, right? Versus these motivated sellers,
about half of average.
Yeah. And again, these motivated sellers, like these are people that have to get out of their house, right? They're looking at losing their home.
Get out. There's no option for them. They're at a point where they're like, I have to go. And I might have a month, I might have 3 months, but I need to have a conversation with somebody who could at least give me my options.
Yeah. And we talked about this last week with Austin. We were going over iBuyer programs, buy my house for cash. Like we're going over these programs, going over their listing or their landing pages and whatnot. Like if your agent is not adapting to this, they're going to lose out. They're going to lose out because as time goes on, this is going to become the norm. Like just watch this because Zillow's buying houses and they're doing it at 90% to above 90% market value. Think about that.
Zillow makes $2,000 a listing. That's what they want to make, $2,000 a listing.
Think about that.
But here's the crazy part: Zillow making $2,000 a listing is actually them losing about $60,000 a listing. For all the people that get involved in the process, they are losing a fucking fortune.
But they can afford the loss later because they're looking long term.
They afford it, but here's where they really make their money. For all the houses they don't buy, they sell that lead to an agent.
And all you need to do, like, I don't know if we talk about this in the motivated seller class. Maybe if we don't, maybe we do need to talk about it. But basically, an agent can learn how to wholesale.
That's what you're doing. You're putting me to work, huh?
You know it. But an agent can learn how to
raise the price. $197.
Done. Hang on. But hang on, Matt. Just hang on a second. Keep that thought, though. Just keep that thought. So the reason why I wasn't talking, because I typically talk a lot, right? Letting you guys talk is because I was looking to see what we did the last time, and I am feeling pretty well. Like we got, the whole that's all gone, and I'm starting to feel a little generous. I'm gonna keep doing this here.
Shit.
And we've had a couple people. No. Hang on a second. Hang on. Not. But we've already had a couple of people sign up to the masterclass, which is awesome. So I'm going to say thank you to Harry Logan for signing up. Mike
Harry.
as well. So a couple people have signed up. So the last time we did this, we actually included some bonuses, right?
Oh gosh,
remember that when we included some bonuses? Okay,
I think I'm still paying for those bonuses.
I think you are. So Mike, Harry, because you have signed up before the end of this show, we are going to give you. I'm going to give you. This is what I'm going to give you here.
Shit! Shane's doing it right now too.
No, I'm just.
He's going through. He's like, "What can I give?"
No. I'm looking at the bonuses from the last time. No, I'm looking at. Hang on a sec, guys.
We did a bot. We did a funnel. We did.
No. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get the real estate guides that we have. So these are guides that we sell for $49. There's 3 of them, and we use these for like just adding more value. So it's like, basically like the normal stuff you see. There's a checklist there for sellers. There's a checklist for buyers. There's 3 guides. Get those for free. I'm going to give those to you. You're going to get. So this is for who did I say? What was his name again? Harry and Mike. Mike, the 2 people that just. I'm pretty sure these are the 2 people that bought the class.
Harry, Mike?
I'll throw in a bonus if we get enough people to buy.
Whoa. No, do not throw in a bonus because I have such a hard time collecting bonuses from you. Hang on, I've already got your bonus. I can do this now.
Shane already collected your bonus and he's ready to send it out.
So, okay, hang on a second.
He's just like, Matt, you're giving this away.
No, I'm saying,
this is what
I'm saying do not
it's better that he can give it away though, because I don't have access to it anymore.
It's not just that. When you give away bonuses, I have to chase you around town to get the bonus to give to people.
I love it.
Okay, so you're going to get the guides. So there's 3 guides. We sell these for $49 typically. You get those if you sign up tonight. So Mike and Harry, you guys get those for free. You're going to get my famous ROI calculator.
Wait, what are the 3 bonuses? What are the 3 bonus? Because you said you get 3 of them. What are they?
The 3 bonus, ultimate seller checklist, which is like a 10-page. These are all editable too. They're professionally written, editable.
They're not edibles.
Edible.
Matt's not sending you.
Okay. Anyways, there's 3 of them. And then there's 1 for buyers, and there's 2 for sellers. They're just really good for emails and stuff like that. Add more value. Shh. There you go. Okay, you're going to get my famous ROI calculator. That was included the last time we did this. So Mike, Harry, you guys are going to get my famous ROI calculator, which basically allows you to calculate what sort of ROI you're going to get from running Facebook ads with your clients, which is a great way to pitch your clients. I've not seen this. I don't know if Anthony's actually seen this. I think there's a bunch of videos in there that I include.
It is our pitch. That's our pitch now.
It's pretty much our pitch now. So you get that for free as well. And this is something I never, ever sell. It's part of our student program. And we don't sell it ever, but I'm going to throw it in as a bonus. And you're also getting Matt's neighborhood calculator as well. Matt, why don't you tell them what that is?
Okay, so what this is, and Anthony, we still have to talk about this, man.
Yeah, no, we're supposed to do it like 6 months ago. We never did it.
I know, right? Just hit me up. I'm on Facebook.
I'll call you in the morning.
I'm on Facebook. Yeah, the morning. Yeah, I'm be up. No,
I'll call you at 7.
There you go. That's all right. I'll put it on my voicemail. You'll be golden.
Yeah, perfect.
No, but for real, like what this is basically, if you look around different areas of your town, of your city, you're going to find out that the conversion rates differ. And what that is that there's just a different rate of people moving in each city, right? So like I live in Kiko Harbor, right? And Kiko Harbor is going to have a different rate of people moving every year than West Bloomfield, which is where I live next to, right? So West Bloomfield may have a 6% of people every year are actually selling their home and moving, whereas Kiko Harbor may have only 2%. Well, which one do you want to advertise at? The area where 6% of people move, or the area where 2% of people move?
Just don't do it by zip code.
We're not going to do it by zip code. You can use cities, right?
Yeah, cities. Don't use zip code.
But we're going to show you how to calculate that and find out what the turnover rate is. And the turnover rate is the number of people who live there versus the number of people who are actually selling their home or moving, okay? And so you're going to be able to use that to go out and find the areas where people are actually moving at a higher rate. I mean, I've seen as high as 11% in certain areas. 11% of people are moving in a city. Like, as an agent, that is extremely valuable because you know 1 in every 10 doors I knock, statistically, they're going to move this year.
I would literally just door knock. I'd park my car and I'd just door knock.
Exactly. And we're going to give you the calculator to figure all that out.
Unbelievable.
That's awesome. So 3 bonuses, guys. If you sign up before the end of the night, obviously there's 25 people left. I think there's a lot of students here that are watching as well. But if you are somebody that is watching tonight, or you catch the replay, and we're going to go ahead and give away those bonuses to.
Yep. And Shane, don't kill me.
Well, hold on. I'm going to give mine away too. Hold on.
Oh, you got a bonus, Anthony.
Yeah. So I mentioned this like briefly before, but so we talked about assist for a minute, and they're letting me give away 25 leads for 50. Okay. So if you want your client to understand what it's like to have an ISA, someone who will take care of them for 1 full year, it's going to cost you the same amount for 25 leads that it would for 50. Okay. All you got to do is you got to make a setup call with our partner there, and you get a script. And especially if you're doing the motivated seller right now, you'll get that script and it's converting like fucking wildfire.
How many clients can one marketer use that deal for?
As many as they want.
Really? So I could use that for 3 different clients, 5 different clients, whatever.
Use it 3, 5, 10, 20.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on, don't worry about my dog, Louie.
Target doesn't even let you stack the coupons.
Yeah, no, stack it. You want to bring 10 people on? Bring 10 people on. I don't care. Hold on, let me
Guys,
get this.
That's called a half off your first month trial, right? I'm going to give you half off to test this out, see if it works, let you see the results, and then make a decision going forward. Like, that is incredible that you can bring that to an agent.
Yeah, that's 50 leads. Listen, maybe you convert, maybe you won't, but it's going to be worth it. This is my idiot dog.
Hello.
Your idiot dog, or do you call him Doug?
This is Louie, who's an idiot. No, he's cool. He's a good pup.
I'm gonna throw in one more.
No, you're not. We already got one in there for.
I'm throwing one more in, Shane.
Oh boy, here it goes.
Don't kill me. All right, but here it is. Like, if you sign up tonight, right? You have to sign up tonight, and I'm not going to do the call for 60 days, okay? But I'm going to do a group call with everybody who signs up tonight, going over the scripts and the objections that you are getting with these clients and how to handle those.
Interesting.
Are you sure?
I'm going to do it in 60 days because I want people to see the objections and see the results before we change it.
So July 23rd, you're signing up.
Let me confirm. Calendar. Let's not. We're not going to put the date out there. We're not going to put the date out there yet, but it's basically roughly 60 days.
It's like I'm out of the country for a month.
Yeah, like, oh my God, like I just can't do it that
What
day.
What is the 23rd? If it's a Monday through Friday, I'm in.
I don't know.
23rd of July. What do we got, Shane?
Oh my God!
You know what I'm not doing? Checking the calendar.
Yeah, no, and this is it. Matt decides I'm going to throw out a bonus out there. Shane's going to do all the work.
Yeah,
this is
what
what
happens.
It's all right. It's all right. And then Shane's not going to be on the call.
No, because
fine,
this is what
fine. Matt's in Virginia. It's fine.
No, and he's going to message me on July 23rd in the morning saying, "Hey, can you do that group coaching call?"
That's going to be amazing. I'm going to actually be on that call because I want to see if that happens.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. So
we will do it. I guarantee it gets done.
Okay. So
what is the 23rd?
23rd is a Tuesday.
Let's do it. 23rd at 4 p.m.
There you go.
4 p.m.
Okay. Let's go over really quickly the real bonuses.
So that's not a real bonus.
Okay, fine. Okay, that's a 4. Okay, so immediately something that you would never get if you buy within the next 24 hours or so. In the next 24 hours, We're going to go ahead, throw in the guides, which we usually sell for $47 or $49. The ROI calculator, which we never sell. And what do you call that calculator? Your transition, your neighborhood
turnover rate calculator.
Your neighborhood turnover rate calculator, which is really, really cool, actually. So those three bonuses, if you sign up in the next 24 hours, you get. If you sign up for the masterclass, you get the bonus that Anthony's offering for the tryout assist, which is
Here's the thing. I'm going to give that to anybody, not only new people who sign up, I'm going to give it to anybody who previously signed up, plus your beta students.
Awesome.
Anybody who wants it, we're going to do it. I got 2 weeks to give that bonus away. So I want to maximize how many people can take advantage of it, because there's never going to be another opportunity where someone can. So if you want to give this a try, just message me for the next day or two. I'll try and have that funnel up in the next day or two. But if I can't, just message me or put a post in the group, and I'll make sure you get that bonus, whether you're in the beta, you previously bought it, or you're buying it tonight. I'll make sure you get the bonus.
Awesome. So that's the next one, right? So that's the bonus. If you buy this one, or you've previously bought, and if you're in the beta program, you're going to get that bonus, which allows you to try out assist, right? Perfect. Then we got this random bonus out of nowhere from Matt. July 23rd, if you buy, and let's say give him 24 hours, because some people are not going to watch this.
24 hours?
Oh, whatever.
Fine.
If you go ahead and sign up for the masterclass in the next 24 hours, you're going to be able to get on a call with Matt. What are you going to do with people, Matt, on that call?
We're going to go over objections that you're getting for your agents, or if you're an agent, the objections you're getting, and how to handle those with this type of lead set. So basically, I'm going to help you learn how to convert these at a higher level, right? So you're not just getting the leads and then your agent's like, oh, but I don't know what to do. I don't know how to, like, we're going to deal with that, right?
Cool.
Because that's something that we see often with the new lead sources. People don't know how to handle the objections because they're a little different from normal.
Can people from the student program, can they hop on this call as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, this is Matt's.
Anthony's bonus. Excited about this.
Matt's bonus. He's gonna work for his bonus.
There we go. We're gonna work for it. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. No, it's gonna be killer. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And also the turnover rate calculator, just so you guys know, like where this came into play. All right. So previously to being a digital marketer, I was the director of lead generation, which is the marketing director for a real estate team, right? We're one of the top 100 real estate teams in the U.S. I think they're rated at like number 62 in the U.S. We did about 600 deals a year, okay? And we had a inside sales team that was kind of an outside sales team, right? They're making outbound calls, and they're looking for people who are interested in selling their home. And we were calling, and we were calling, and we were calling, and we're trying to make the ROI work, right? Trying to make sure that we're not paying, 10 ISAs, 20 ISAs, whatever, to make these calls, and we're not seeing a return on that for listing appointments to close rates. So what we discovered, and through our own trial and error, as well as some education from other people that we know and top agents in the industry, was that we needed to go and find the areas where people were moving more than other areas, right? And so we built this turnover rate calculator. And as soon as we did, we were able to say, oh my gosh, like this area, and this area, those are the areas we're going to focus on, okay? And by focusing on those, we went from basically like a third of what I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was basically a third of what we were doing to listing appointments and tripling it, right? So we tripled our listing appointment numbers by focusing on the areas where we had people interested in making a move. Cool. And this is the same calculation that we use to find that.
So how does a marketer use this? Can they use this?
Oh, absolutely. So a marketer can take this, right? Let's say your agent works in Houston, right? What you're going to do is you're going to find different areas locally in Houston, and you're going to find out which parts of Houston have a higher turnover rate, because there's going to be areas that are like 1% turnover rate every year 1% of the people move. And there's going to be other areas that are 2, 3, 4 times that. Okay. Those are the areas you want to focus on because your leads are going to convert at a higher rate.
When are you back in a sec, guys?
And nobody's talking about this, honestly. Like nobody's talking about the fact that there is a turnover rate difference, county to county, zip code to zip code, city to city, right? And so you're going to build this out. We're going to show you how to do it, but you're going to build out the location that you're going to focus on. That's going to be a higher turnover rate area, and your agent's going to be able to convert more leads.
Cool.
I mean, yeah.
And you built this, right? This is what it looks like
this.
here, actually. Here, I was just looking at
show
it, actually. Yeah, this is what it looks like here. Look at you. Look at that.
No flannel tonight. What can
What's
I say?
that?
I said, no flannel tonight. What can I say?
Oh, well. Yeah, so you just basically fill in all these fields based on data. So you actually walk through the entire thing. How long is this thing? Oh, my God. This is an hour. Where
Is
you
it?
explain this? Yeah. Is this the one that you and I did? Yep.
Oh
yeah, I remember this. This was a while back. Yeah.
Yeah, I show you where to get the data to plug into the system,
Yeah.
how to plug it in, how to use it.
Yeah. I remember doing this.
I mean, because that's one of the toughest things is like, how do I get the data to find out the turnover rate? We're going to show you that.
Yeah, crazy. Cool.
Yep. And at last time I checked, it did not cost you any money to go get the data. So,
and I think I actually
really
about because this was one of those calls that you and I did. And by the way, if anybody's wondering where this is at, so for the student people that are part of the student program, it's under the tools here.
Yep.
And guys, look at what everybody, like people that are part of this program, look at everything they get. It's like everything, all the ads, everything. There's so much.
Yeah, but if they click any of those, they'll see how many freaking tabs are underneath it.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like
I mean, look
that. Yeah, that's the outline that they're seeing. Look at that. Look at everything. You're like, again, as soon as I can get Shane to meet up with me in person, we're going to tie him up until he agrees to sell it for $19.97 or more.
You're going to tie him up for that?
Yeah, that's the deal until we can get his passcode so that we can sell this thing for 2 or 3 times. Anthony, you're just so excited that we're going to tie him up, man. Do you want to be there? Like,
that's literally all I heard. I came back in and you were like, I'm going to tie him up.
Okay. We'll send you an invite, man. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, I'm going to pass. That's it for me, guys. I'll let the Magnum out.
Well, there you go. Cheers, guys. Great show tonight. Again, if you guys are not, I know there's a bunch, actually a few things. We're going to go ahead and respond to all the comments from that post. Your dog won't stop barking.
I know.
And really quickly, for the people that have signed up for the masterclass, the email automation is not, so where you get the registration information is not completed yet. So sorry about that. I'll finish that up before I go to bed tonight. So you haven't gotten any emails yet if you went ahead and bought. People that have bought from, I noticed a couple of people.
Who's bought so far, Shane? Let's say their names. Like, congratulations. Way
Mike?
to invest in your business.
There's like 5-6 people who already bought.
Yeah, Mike. Let's see here.
Dimitri's really excited about it being free.
Marcus. I've got Mike, Marcus, galtinvest@gmail.com. What's the name here? I don't see the name. Another Mike here. Stephanie, I believe.
Yeah.
And Harry, as well as another Mike as well.
This is the first time we've. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say Mike bought something else as well, so that's why his name showed up twice.
This is the first time we've actually taken a masterclass we did with a guest, and we've offered it a second time. So
it's actually the first time what we've done is updated it. This is the first time that we've actually had one of our guests that's done a masterclass, gone out, tested a different ad, and come back and says, listen, I want to give an update away for the masterclass. It's the first time we've done that.
It's about value. It's not about the dollars. It's about value.
No, it's clearly about the value. It's not about the dollar.
It's a little bit about the dollar.
$97 that you can get this for $97 is insane. You can't buy a freaking video game console for $97.
That's true. We should actually price this like a video game console. and then we charge $67 a game.
There we go. $67 for the update. Pay to play. Come on now. EA Sports.
I love that we can do this, and I really wanted to provide some more value. I really appreciated 100 and change people who, bought the first one, and the fact that we made it even better. It was a no-brainer for me to come back and say, you know what, let's give this away to everyone who already has it, and open it up for a couple days, and we'll do it again. But I promise you, this is it. If we come back and do something else, it's going to be something totally different.
And we really do appreciate it, because I think it's quite often that somebody might figure something out, but when they do, they keep it to themselves. And like, we figured this out, and right away, like as soon as you figure it out, you're like, hey, let's bring this back to the group who already paid for it, because I want to provide more value.
Back to the group yet. I was like, let's test it. Let's test across markets. Let's make sure it works.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Yeah, but as soon as we saw that it worked, we were even before we saw that it worked, we were like, if this works, let's bring it back to the group who paid for it. And it's like, that's rare, right? Because you're not going to see that with so many marketers. They want to capitalize, and they're like,
keep it to themselves.
Hey, version 2.0, or they're going to keep it to themselves, right? But we're giving it back to the people who've already paid, and the people that have not gotten into this yet. We're giving them an opportunity. We've got roughly 100 spots. Like, that is it.
That's it.
So
we got 100 spots get sold. That's going to be that, and that includes the if beta people or people who previously signed up, if they register those spots, like, that's it.
Yeah, I'm not upgrading my Zoom.
You cheap.
Yeah, actually, that's a really good point too, which means I need to get the registration portion of it done. But yeah, obviously people that are paying for this time around get priority. Everybody else can get the recordings, but we're going to go ahead and release this inside of the probably inside of the student group in the next day or two, and then get people to register. So yeah, if you want in on this, make sure you register as quickly as possible, because we have close to 200 students as part of the private student group, and then we had over 100 people by the original ones. So
there was only 60, 65 people there when I did the class the first time.
Yeah.
We had over 100 registration, but almost 70% of people showed up. 65% of people showed up.
Cool. Well, Matt's going to fall asleep here, so I don't think.
I still got to order some food, man.
Oh, well, it's your problem.
I know, right? I'm what delivers around here?
I'm just going to quickly scan here, see if we have questions that we should be.
Yeah, if you have not bought yet and you do not own the first one, I would love to hear your questions down below. Like, what is holding you back? What is keeping you from moving forward? Because from the standpoint that I'm in, where I know the kind of value that $97, come on.
$100, just spend it.
You know what I can buy for $97 on China.com?
On China.com?
What's that website where you buy like cheap stuff? I probably can buy a couple of
Alibaba.
AliExpress.
I can buy those
same company, different app.
Yep, exactly.
I can buy those cool little drones that follow me around and take pictures of me. I can buy 2 of those.
You can buy 2 of those for $100, honestly, or you can buy this and you can go out and make
shipping. Just asking for a sample, they'll send it to you for shipping.
Yeah.
I never got that to work. Like I guess for shipping. For shipping. They wanted you to pay shipping, but they charge you an arm and a leg for shipping on that. For those samples.
$50 for shipping for a $200 drone? I'm in all day.
Fair enough.
I'm just kidding.
But seriously, if people are looking, or if they're looking at this, you haven't bought, like, comment down below, like, what is holding you back? Because it does not make sense if you want to work in the real estate industry that you do not have this. Like, you are going to be heads and shoulders above anybody who does not have this by having it. I mean, if we're able to get $5 seller leads, $8, $10 seller leads, like,
and in some
they're
cases,
not home evaluations.
$2 motivated seller leads.
But they're not home evaluations, which is typically considered a seller lead. And it's BS. It's not a seller lead. It's somebody who's curious what their home is worth.
This is a new level of seller lead.
Yeah, and like I said, I know people literally offering the same service for $100,000 a month, netting somewhere between 40 and 60 plus $1,000 of that 100K.
I'm in the wrong business, bro.
Yeah, I'm no kidding. I was like, who is this person? Because we're not.
I'm in the wrong business.
Yeah,
time to quit.
Shane, we both talked to him.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about. I know.
Do you?
I get it. Yeah.
But it's like all they do is they offer the exact same leads. They're just charging so much more. And you know what? The client is happy. They continue to pay. Like, what would that do? What would that do if you got somebody who paid 10% of that? Like, they're paying $10,000 a month. You're making $4,000,
if you could
$5,000,
get one
$6,000
client to pay $10,000 a month, that changes most people's lives.
Yeah, because you're gonna make $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. Like
that
you don't
changes
make that kind of
most
money.
people's lives. Like, it really does. Like, if you can net $5,000 a month, like that's you're putting in your pocket, that you're changing people's lives. God forbid you get two of them. You're not talking about a crazy amount of money. You're talking about $20,000 a month coming into your business. You're making 10 grand to take home.
You know what? And here's
money.
The magic. Here's the magic. You want to know how to find those clients? Here's how you do it. You look up your local real estate investment group in your area, okay? And you go there and you just wear a shirt like Motivated Seller Ads, right? When people tell you or ask, what do you do? Because you give your card out. You talk to people. What do you do? I generate motivated sellers.
Business cards? Who are you?
Dude, this is like in person. This is like Jeff Miller would be proud right now, right?
Probably, but like who?
But no, you go to the real estate investment groups locally, and you tell them like what I do is I generate motivated seller leads for investors, for wholesalers, for flippers, whoever it is. Like that's your clientele. They're super easy to come about. There are so many people at these groups.
Are all over the place.
There's a company
everywhere.
There's a company. It's called Fortune Builders, and they're literally across the country. And one of the founders was a professional football player. I took the course in 2009, 2008.
Mm-hmm.
And there is their tribe of people who follow them. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Actually unbelievable. It's expensive to get in, but if you get in, if you could afford to get in, you will be paid for life, especially on the motivated seller lead part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you could go into a BNI group for what, $600 a year? There's going to be a real estate agent in there, right? Plus, everybody else is going to know. Yeah.
There has to be. There's like, it's
as an agent.
Yeah.
As an agent, when I've looked at BNI groups, I've never been able to get in. I've had to go on waiting lists to get in. And I've still, like, I haven't been doing real estate for 3 years and still nobody's called me and been like, hey, you want in? Like, these agents stay, right? So you've got that one agent. Plus, you've got another 40, 50, 60 people in that group. When you tell them what I do is I generate motivated seller leads for wholesalers, for investors, for house flippers, for rehabbers, for agents, right? Their job is to find you referrals and you find them referrals, right? Because when somebody needs a painter, you refer somebody from the BNI group, right?
Right.
So like it goes both ways, but at the same time, you spend $600, you're in front of 40, 50, 60 people who are going to help connect you to other people, right? And this is not even doing an automated acquisition funnel, which is a whole nother level, right? There's so many different ways to find these investors. And this is completely different than selling real estate leads. Like you're going to be able to sell these for so much more money because somebody who does rehabs, right? They find a house for $200K. The person has to get out. And as that house is fixed, it's worth $350. You find out, okay, they got to put 20, 25 into it, maybe 50. Like they're going to make $100,000. How long do you think they'll retain you at $5,000, $6,000 a month? Right? Without a deal before they're like, oh, what's going on here? Or you get them 1-2 deals in the first 3 to 6 months because these deals are going to come along a lot faster than an average home seller or home buyer.
God forbid you get them a deal in the first 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
It's game over.
You will keep them forever.
Forever. Because what they look at is they say,
5 to 6K a
okay,
month.
I'm going to get 4 deals a month, 4 deals a year, and this is what it's worth to me. And for the $2, $3, $4, $5,000 a month that it costs me to keep you on, it's worth it.
Well, think about it. You charge them, $5,000 a month, and you give them 200 leads at $4 a pop. I mean,
our management fee is literally a management fee. They then spend $100 to $500 a day on top of that. And however many leads we can generate in there.
What is your management fee? Do you mind sharing?
So it starts at $3,500. It goes all the way up to $12,000, depending on what we have to do.
You're hired.
Wow.
Yeah, you're hired. And then they pay ad spend on top of it, and then they also pay a per lead fee of $8 per lead.
Wow.
Whoa. Good.
Yeah. So again, I only need 50 clients. I don't need a whole lot of clients. I'm really happy with 50 clients. We're doing a really good business.
All right. Well, let's do some mock numbers here. All right. Let's say somebody's brand new. Okay?
Matt, how many of those little can things have you had? Any left?
I don't know. They're small. I lose count.
Yeah, they're small.
No, but
there's a pile next to me, but it's fine.
Yeah, I can't.
You're gonna have to hurry up because I'm almost out of wine. And then
okay,
I'm actually out of wine. I have like a little left.
There you go. You'll be good at math then. Okay. So let's say somebody takes 6 months to sign 10 clients. Perfect. Right? They take 6 months. We'll make it easy. 5 months to sign 10 clients. Right? They're signing 2 a month for $4,000 a piece. Right? They're spending $800 a month on leads. Like, how many investors? Like, I know you've been doing this a long time.
They wouldn't hire me for that.
Okay.
To be totally honest with you, they wouldn't hire me for that because our management fee would well exceed their ad spend.
You said your management is $3,500 to start with. Okay, so let's say they're paying you $10,000 a piece, right?
Okay.
And you're taking on 10.
Here's the thing. Let me ask you this. I don't look at them both the same. Like I have a management fee and I have an ad spend. I don't pop them together. They pay their own ad spend to Facebook. I don't want to know.
Okay, so you're just charging the $3,500 a month plus your other fees.
$3,500 to $12,000 just in management, and then they're also paying ad spends.
All right, but let's look at this as somebody who's brand new coming into the business. Okay, somebody who doesn't have the clientele list already to be able to really judge who they're going to take on and who they're not. Right, so they're taking basically anybody who's not a complete jerk on the first call. Right, they're taking them on at $5K a month.
Take that guy too.
They probably will, but let's assume they're not, right?
Okay.
So they take on 10 clients, $5K a month, $1,000 in ad spend, right? I mean, in your experience, if somebody's spending $1,000 in ad spend on these type of leads, like how often are they going to see results?
$1,000. They're going to do, at least 2 deals a month, maybe.
Oh, wait. At least 2 deals a month?
But up to 5. But here's the thing, like, this is the misconception in this business, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to do it this month. It might be next month or the month after, but the lead you generated this month might be that deal that happens, right? So 2 to 5 deals a month, but extrapolated over 3 to 6 months. We're in the real estate game. Things don't happen quickly here.
Right.
So, yeah, can I say that my clients do 12, 15, 20 deals a month? Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean they do that every single month. If I do that over 6 months, a year, yeah, they definitely do that a month.
They average out,
there's
right?
There's going to be a month that they do maybe 3 or 4 deals, but then there's going to be a month that they do 16 deals. Right?
But what is the average deal worth with your clients that you've worked with when they're dealing with motivated sellers?
Wholesale, 10,000 minimum. Wholesale 10,000 minimum. If they're rehabbing, 50,000 minimum.
Okay. For those who don't know the difference that are out there right now, describe wholesaling versus rehabbing.
Wholesale. I buy the contract. I make an offer on the property. I get it into contract. And then I approach you, Matt, as an investor. And I say, hey, I have this great deal. This is what it costs. And I already built in $10,000 worth of profit. And I sell it. I sell the contract to you. I basically say, hey, like when you close, you got to give me $10,000, but you're going to get it at the price you already agreed to. And you say, okay, I already agreed to that price. Doesn't matter to you, right?
Like basically, the other thing about this, like I know we don't pitch this to marketers this way, but the truth is, marketers, guys, you don't have to be licensed to wholesale. You don't. Like if you wanted to wholesale, like let's say you want to generate.
Do you know they're trying to change that? They're trying to change that.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're trying to make you be licensed to wholesale.
Well, that's because NAR is not looking out for the interest of. Anyways,
honestly, listen. I'm an NAR member, and I know you call them NAR, but fuck NAR.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Kick me out. I don't care.
Anyways, sellrealtor.com one more time.
Yeah, right.
How do you sell
Google that if you don't know what we're talking about?
.com. How the fuck do you sell that? Oh God. Okay, don't get me started. I spoke at that conference. I went off for a minute. This is my bad.
Good for you.
Don't YouTube that. I was not supposed to speak about going like NAR and Realtor.com. I had a whole different speech, and I got up there and I was like, I can't fucking believe what happened.
No, I 100% agree. I'm 100% on board. But let's say you're a marketer, right? And you're like, hey, I've got, an extra $2,000-$3,000 a month based on my clients coming in right now. I'd be interested in wholesaling some deals, right? Like you could go out there and you could actually wholesale these deals yourselves. And basically, like, here's an example of a wholesale deal, right? You go find a motivated seller. I don't know if you guys can hear that plane, but it feels really close.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Anyways,
I'm sure it's going to land on you.
Right? I feel like it's coming straight down any minute. But anyways,
honestly, how crazy it would be if on the live it just.
Oh, dude, I would like turn the camera around, like here we go.
You wouldn't have to. We would watch it.
I know it'd be crazy. Anyways, so as a marketer, right? Let's say you want to wholesale. I'm not saying everybody does, but let's say you did want to wholesale. So here's what an average deal might look like, right? An average is going to depend on your market, but like based on what I've seen, okay? So somebody buys
it's going to be minimum $5K on a wholesale deal, though. Like you're not doing $1,000 or $2,000.
Well,
I would say
most of what I see is stuff around anywhere from 120 to 180 or higher, right? A lot of people don't mess below that, right? So you've got 120, right? You buy a house for 120,000. And what you do is you put it under contract with a 90-day contingency, right? If you don't find a buyer within the 90 days, the contract
lose just $1,000.
Yeah, it like just disappears, and whatever your earnest money deposit is, that goes with it.
Yeah, so you guys call it earnest money. Yeah, you lose your $1,000. That's our
but here it doesn't have to be 1,000. It doesn't have to be 1% like some places, right? So all it has to be is $1 or more. So you go in, you get this contract for $200.
Accepted my contract for $1. They're a goddamn moron.
Yeah, no, but it's true. They do it. Okay. So let's say you're going in there, you're getting these for $500, which is actually really common in that price range. You put it under contract for $500. You have 90 days to sell it at that deal. Let's say you bought the property for $150 and it's worth, $210 once it's fixed up. So what you're going to do is you're going to go find a investor, which these are really easy to find. Again, go to those groups, go online, post a foreclosure ad, whatever you want to do.
Just call me.
Yeah, call Anthony. But like basically you take that 150 and you say, Anthony, it's worth 210 when it's fixed. Here's the comps to prove it. And most agents will give you comps, especially if they're going to get the listing, right?
Yeah.
And so they give you the comps. So like, here's what it's worth completely fixed up. You're paying 150. You go to Anthony and you say, Anthony, I've got the property at 150. I want 160 for it. And he's like, all right, yeah, I'll pay you the difference, because he knows it's going to take 30,000 in,
I get 20 grand equity and rent from it. I'm good with it.
Exactly. Like this is a no-brainer, and this is something that honestly nobody else is teaching right now.
Where is that?
You guys,
what's that?
nobody, like, people will teach you what to do when you find the deals. You can go find that out there, but you will not find how to go get the deals like this cheap.
It's like stupid cheap right now.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's actually kind of crazy how cheap it. Honestly, using the masterclass psychology behind what I was already doing is
Yep.
so crazy to see how far down the lead cost went. And I can't wait for the people who, I don't know how many people already signed up, but the people who haven't or already have or like on the fence about it, like there's like 2 or 3 things that literally make the difference in these ads being super successful and not. And it's kind of crazy.
There goes Matt. Thank God.
Thank God. No.
Woo,
We were like deep in conversation. That was good.
I know. This is typically for anybody that's watching this. Usually we end Whiskey Thursday, and then this becomes the after party. So
yeah, we were just bullshitting. That was great.
But he's disappeared, and now we're left with that very odd picture.
Do you hear the pounding that's going on right now?
No, man, what's going on?
I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of action.
So is this like so did you move to a new apartment? Is that what you?
So I moved to a new place. I bought another place. I rented the last one out.
Oh, so you kept the last one?
Yeah, I don't ever sell real estate. It's fucking real estate.
Yeah.
So I moved in. My buddy wanted to live here, and I was like, "Listen, it's going to cost $3,500 before taxes. I don't really care about the taxes because I get to write them off." But I was like, "If we move in here, I was like, you got to pay half what the mortgage is." I was like, "Okay, that sounds fine." He like can't fucking pay anything. I love the kid more than anything, but
is this your roommate?
I moved
this is your roommate, right?
Yeah, I already said to him, I'm like, if you don't pay rent for 2 months, I'm like, you're out. Because I want to make the other room my office. I got to go get like a fucking WeWork now.
Is this the guy that is usually laying on your couch behind you when you and I are on on calls?
Yes, exactly.
It's like I always wonder. I've always like when we first started talking, I always wondered who that guy was in the background.
Yeah, he's always in the fucking background.
He's kind of creepy.
It's a fucking. I'm like, all I do is fucking work. I'm like, I want to like hang out. I want to talk to people, make some sales. We want to make some sales. There's bullshit. He's just sleeping. I'm like, I don't understand how this happens. But again, I love the kid. So now there's like fucking banging going on now. I don't know. I had to call the complex in the morning. I'll be like, listen, 10:30 banging.
Well, there you go. And it looks like we lost Matt as well. But we still got 22 people on. Guys, if you are still watching, #Trooper, we are in, I think, how long we've been on?
Oh my God. No, hold on.
2 hours, 46.
#Trooper if you're still actually watching and not sleeping, because you guys are fucking awesome.
2 hours, 47 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like we did this last time too. We were like, yeah, we're going to be on for an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's
3 hours later.
And the crazy thing is when 8 o'clock rolls around, like, I'm just like, I'm eating my food. I'm trying to get ready. I sent you a message saying, hey, I'm just getting out of the shower.
Yeah, no, I had literally, when I sent you the message, I got out of the shower, got dressed. I was like, all right, I'm ready. And you're like, yeah.
And like, I was laying down on the couch too, right? And I'm like, my wife is like, you look tired. I'm like, I'm so exhausted. Like by 8 o'clock comes around and it's like, now I got to do, Whiskey Thursday.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, but you always have so much fun on these shows, and you look alive.
They are fun.
Yeah, and it's the truth, right? It's like 8 o'clock.
Oh my God, Matt's back twice.
Sorry, guys. Am I back twice again? I'm sorry. Like,
I think you're good.
I saw my Wi-Fi freaking out, and I don't know. I was trying to get in.
So
we tried to clean up his fireball.
So just really quickly,
I did not.
Just really quickly, guys. So we've got Flex that's still here. Emiliano is still here. Albert is still here. Amanda, Olivia,
Albert's still here.
Yes, sir.
Albert, what's up, buddy? Flex, how's it going, man?
Albert's been telling me he's going to come out for like weeks. He lives about 20 minutes from me.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Weeks. Yeah, Albert, wait till you see that.
We got Doug is still here. Chris, Eric, Mo, Jimmy, who just bought into this. Would you just let me before you get in? Go talk to your neighbors or whoever's walking around. Harry is here. Cheryl is here. Aaron, Maria, Pat. I can't believe Pat's still here. Aaron.
What's up, Pat?
I love Pat.
Yeah,
Pat's a good guy.
Alina and that's
Alina. What's going on?
Oh, Lena's also here.
Yeah, crazy guys. 23, 24 people still watching.
Die Hard.
Wow.
Matt.
Die Hard fans. I love it.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Sorry,
So, Shane, how many people have bought so far tonight? And again, did we get any comments about people that are not buying and why?
We have not gotten any comments about people why they haven't bought. Let me look at the stats right now. We are almost sold out.
Are we almost?
We are almost sold out.
So, guys, if you want to make sure to reserve a spot, you got to buy now.
We already know.
No, we're not sold out.
I was going to say, seriously? Well, that was interesting.
Not quite.
How 20 people turned into 100. But anyways.
Not quite. But there's quite a few. And, it's going to be a good, I think, maybe 10, 15 people or so. Yeah. But again, guys, if for people that weren't here when we announced the bonuses, if you go ahead, pick up the masterclass tonight, the update to the masterclass, you get the recordings, the updates, plus all the bonuses that we mentioned earlier. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy how much value we're bringing to this one. So
you know what's crazy? Me moving to Hunting Village has been out of control. There's a lot of people outside right now.
Wait, every time you turn your head, it's hard to hear you.
Oh, sorry. So every time I look at the window, there's a lot of people there, and it's amazing.
Are they staring? Like, are they looking inside your apartment?
Oh, I'm on the third floor, dude. I'm on the top floor. I'm not fucking. What am I getting? A ground floor apartment? What is this?
I don't know. I figured like in New York, that's what people do.
Well, I call it an apartment. It's like a condo, whatever. Doesn't fucking matter. I hung that picture way too high, though. You see this picture? You see this thing? It's way too high.
What happened there?
I don't know. It felt right, and then it's not.
No, it's definitely not.
It's definitely not. I got to go down like 2 feet.
Like a good, like way down. Like it's all not two inches. It's like,
you know what the worst part about that is? It was a struggle getting it up there. So like to bring it down, I'm like, fuck, this could have been so much easier.
Listen, if you can't get a fucking device or internet that works, don't bother coming back.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's driving people crazy.
Having me crazy.
Yeah, seriously.
All right. So if you have not bought this program and you're on the live still, please comment down below. I'd love to hear what the reason is. I'm just curious, as a marketer who works in this space, if you're not moving forward with this, as an agent who works in this space, if you're not moving forward, I'm just curious, like what the reason is. Personally, like that confuses me. So I would love to know more about it.
Honestly, I feel like the only reason why someone's not moving forward right now is they can't afford the $100 right now, and I get that. Like, if you can't afford it right now, don't buy it right now. Seriously, don't buy it right now. We're all still available. We'll help you, but
yeah, and if you're not working with investors, might be another reason. Oh, that's cool.
But if you're not working with investors, like this is your opportunity.
But this is also a nice class to have in your back pocket, if at some point in time, because it does happen, right? Like we got an investor, Matt and I, not long ago. We wish we would have had this masterclass because...
Yeah, we would have retained them a lot longer.
Yeah, that did not work out.
Those $75 leads were not great. They took the one sale.
Leads. The fuck
yep.
out of here.
I mean, they got a sale. They got a sale the first week and a half. They got one under contract.
And then they dropped you guys?
Yep.
Yeah, then they bailed. I was like,
wow, fucking assholes.
That's what I said. I'm like
we weren't even charging them that much money.
No, we
No,
weren't.
like we were not.
You know
like,
what? Some
We
people
weren't
get it, some
making
people
much at
don't.
all.
Yeah.
Some people get it. Some people don't. You guys are different though. You guys include everything in, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I don't do that. I'm like, this is for me. This is for Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, how do you deal with that
Some
argument?
cases that's not always the case though. Some clients we do include it. Some of the bigger clients, it's excluded. We throw their credit cards on the accounts and that's it.
Yeah, I'm literally upfront about it. I'm like, this is what you have to pay me to give a shit, and then this is what you're going to spend, or you can spend as much or as little as you want. It doesn't matter. You're still going to pay me.
Right.
You know, I don't really go into it, I guess.
Okay. Not a big conversation point.
Yeah, it's not. It's like, listen, if you're gonna pay, 12 grand, 10 grand for me to get into your account, then this is what's gonna happen. If it happens, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it is what it is.
But they see results and they want to keep you on.
Yeah. It's about the results, right? At the end of the day, nothing else matters. All about the results. Can they afford to keep on? Yes. Will they? Maybe, maybe not. But
Right.
they usually do. Right? If the ROI is greater than what they're spending, it's hard for them to get rid of me.
Very true.
And
Makes sense.
I'm very upfront about it. I'm like, it's a 3 to 6 month deal. So we'll evaluate in 3 months or 6 months. So, all right, guys, let's
Wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap up the live.
Okay, I'll do the wrap up.
Yeah. I'm not going to do it.
You got a thumbs up, Shane. Go for it.
Well, that is it, guys. Everybody that's still watching, 19 people, thank you so much. We love you all. Tons of you here.
If
still,
they made it that far,
They did.
I
made
don't
it
know.
that far.
If you made it that far.
If you made it that far, hashtag trooper.
They
in the
already
comments
did
below.
that.
No. Hashtag we love you.
There we go. Did I miss the trooper? Oh my gosh, I missed the trooper call.
You did. This is why, like, when trying to wrap it up, and you keep coming in and out, in and out, in and out, and it's like, fuck. Anyways, guys, everybody that's still watching, 20 people now. Again, thank you so much for supporting us, Anthony. We are at 2 hours and 56 minutes. I've got to say, probably one of our longest lives.
Just like last time.
Yeah, just like what I think it was actually longer. But Anthony, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, dude, I love it, man. Thank you guys for having me on. It was a great time.
Yeah, 3 hours. It's just like, and of course, again, everybody that's watching, thanks so much for supporting us and being here and being active inside of the group. Again, if you want to know more about Assist, reach out to Anthony, but we'll probably be posting some links inside the group maybe over the next few days. And for everybody that went ahead and signed up to the masterclass, the Motivated Seller Masterclass for May 23rd, we will see you at 1 p.m. Remember, I have not finished the registration links for the automated emails and stuff like that. You'll get that tomorrow. People that have signed up to the beta program through the PayPal links, that process to get access to the course is manual, so I've got to stay up for the next hour here to make sure that you get in. And Matt, enjoy that little drink thing you got going.
Anthony, stick around for the after party. Oh, hold on. My dog's listening to the after party right now. It's hysterical.
Okay, everybody.
Love it.
Thank you so much. We will talk to you later. Okay, take it easy.
Take care.
Oh, hang on. No. How do I do this?
I'm just gonna keep doing like goodbye faces.
Wait, no, but like, where do I end the live?
You have to go to
end live.
You have to go to the Facebook end live thing.
Best ending ever.
Hang on, let's
finger guns.
Okay, hang on a second. I still have.
How long can we keep going? I'm running out of ammo.
Louis looking at me. He's like, "What the fuck?"
I can't find
Louis like,
dude.
Who's this Shane guy?
Like,
okay, this is one of the problems that, like, when you have 55 tabs open, you can't find the fucking live. That's Where is it?
Oh gosh, this is hilarious.
I can't find the line. I don't know how to end the line.
Dog came in hot.
Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay, everybody. See you later. This is it.
Bye,
Goodbye.
guys.